let this thing play. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Northeast Underdog Tournament 3.0 in its third edition, in all its might, in all its flight. And tonight, of course, we are here all gathered together for the grand finals, which took a lot of time for us to come to. But of course, 21 days is not too long if you consider the number of teams that have participated. And with that, we are here to witness the grand final clash between Team Crux Requiem and Team Sacred Shrine, who have given their heart and souls out to play in the round robin, and they have finally arrived at the end of these playoffs. Casting tonight will be your boy Fredo. Alongside me is Mr. Ray and Miss Debbie, and we'll also be taking the stage together to entertain you through tonight's match. So yeah, first of all, I'd like to begin with Miss Debbie here. Of course, Debbie, what are your thoughts about tonight's matches before we get into it?
The fact that they are both the top four, 3 and 4 teams, that's one of the reason that we have to be more excited about, I would say, because this is the second time Sacred Shrine will be appearing into the finals again, and for the second time for CRQ. Maybe the rebranding into the name there is, but the players have just a little bit of change up, and it's just a new name. So I'm really looking forward to the stories of these players, why they wanna have a win in this championship.
Okay, so those are some of Miss Debbie's thoughts. Now we'll talk to Mr. Ray, who is, of course, the expert analyst that we all know, right? He knows every single thing. He's everywhere. Omnipresent Ray. So yeah, omnipresent Ray. What do you think about tonight's match?
There's actually a different term for it. It's called ubiquitous. It means that you're present everywhere. Omnipresent becomes into that godlyhood, but yeah, ubiquitous is a little bit better of a term to describe. But
Okay.
that is something that we can get later on. I just want to say, immediately, what was that Seika intro? Because damn, countdown for it felt like I was gonna watch a movie or something, and I was kind of disappointed when I just saw my face. Where is the cinematic experience, right? Just jokes aside,
Yep.
of course. Really excited to be seeing, of course, the grand finals. It's been 20 days. Obviously, we've had a few days of a little bit of break in between, but it's all going to be, we can skip aside 20 days of course, non-stop grind for these teams, and really unexpected, I would say, because, of course, many teams awaited for the Giants like IGN and LCF to continue the legacy of round robin 0 defeats and meet their revenge back end on the grand finals. But looks like it was the unexpected teams that came on from the bottom and took the top spot right now. That is Crux.
With that, I'll be excited to talk about. Okay, it's fixed now. Is it better? Okay, audible.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Don't worry. Continue on. It should be
Okay,
fixed.
then.
Continue on.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the next match, which is going to be between Team LCF and Team Sacred Shrine. And as we all know, these two teams as well, they faced against each other yesterday. But before that, they faced against each other in the first match of the playoffs, which was a best of three, which was a best of five. And of course, in that one, the one who took it away was, of course, Sacred Shrine, not LCF, because LCF were pushed to the lower brackets, despite everyone thinking that LCF would be the ones favorable, but it did not happen that way. So yeah, that is again something that can happen tonight as well, as Secret Shrine might upset Crux Requiem, who were formerly known as starters, were clearly the favorites here, right? So yeah, Ray, what would you talk about this? About about Secret Shrine defeating LCF? Was that a
It was
surprising one?
absolutely, honestly. My bets were on LCF for a main reason. They have been a team that has been gathering a lot of wins recently. Of course, they've made their noise literally on our game pages. We had the championship literally pasted on the game screen, which is an achievement that no team has made. Literally, no team has made yet in the Indian subcontinent scene. So that was a massive feat, not for LCF, I would say, for Indian team in general. So being such a strong team, of course, I really honestly thought I would see them in finals, but looks like obviously they also had some internal issues. Maybe one of their members could not provide the best performance that day, and because of it, it is what it is at the end of the day. Of course, we cannot really take into fate and health and internal things into account for who deserves to be more, who deserves to be less. At the end of the day, it's a competition, and competition doesn't show any favors, doesn't nor does it show any sides. And of course, the one who can show the best, no matter what timing, will come out on top. And that is the main thing. So at the end, yeah, it was a little bit unexpected, but hey, they are the ones who have deserved it for themselves. So kudos to them, and I hope they can give us a show that is worth watching tonight. And I'm gonna be honest, Crux Requiem and Second Shine, please go for a little bit of a fast-paced gameplay. I do not want those extended, dragged-on game that is just going on, and yet they take the Lord, they defend it, they take the Lord and defend it. Nah, give me the that that M3 M4 vibes where you're going all out 5v5. It's literally on the game's name. I know that is risky, but it's flashy and it can create a little bit of a good memories, right? I know win is a win, but hey, if you can go down with a little boil being very flashy and having a great presentation, I feel like that counts as a lot. But jokes aside, looking forward to what their strategies can bring, of course. And right now we are seeing their their matchups. Is this from round robin?
No, this is actually the
Uh,
best of five, the second
okay.
best of five of the
Got it,
playoffs.
got
So
it.
this was
My bad, my bad. This was the second best of five series that we had, and if you obviously notice, I would obviously see one person appearing a lot of times. That's a Nathan. His face is
yeah,
like
exactly
plastered
the
over.
Nathan.
Nathan and the Zushin. Of course, Zushin. But yeah, Nathan has been appearing a lot. That is a crazy thing. But we'll see what else they can do. Of course, they have for the side of Crux Requiem. Actually, I'm really interested because they had obviously the new roamer called Poppy Shrek. Many people had low expectations, of course, because he's someone new, someone unheard of in the community. But I feel like he's doing a great job if he's able to suddenly come in the midst of a tournament to be the substitute and push his team to the grand finals as a roamer. I feel like that's a massive achievement because I feel like roamer, as well as of course the EXP laners, they're the cornerstone of a team. They're the ones who literally build the foundation for the marksman, for the jungler, and for the mage to shine. So yeah, that's from my end.
Okay, Ray. Like you said, of course, Nathan as well. As we can see in these, the drafts that have been over, we can see that Nathan got picked up a lot of times. Even the Esmeralda made an appearance, and in this meta where the shield heroes are getting favored a lot, I think the Esmeralda will make even more appearances, right? So yeah, with these matches, I do think that we realize a lot that pocket picks like Nathan, pocket picks like Esmeralda, all these things can come up as well in tonight's match, especially when these top teams, which have a vast hero pool, are going to face up against each other. Now, let's come to the next match where it was a surprising victory. Actually, of course, you can say it was the trailer, or you can say the part one of the movie, because it's not like these teams have not faced each other before. They have faced each other in the round robin, and now they faced each other in the playoffs, right? And in the playoffs, it was a sweeping victory for Crux Requiem. And that is not something that And if you just consider this match, then things are not looking favorable for Sacred
Exactly.
Shrine tonight. So,
Yeah.
Debbie, what do you have to say about this? Like, Crux Requiem doing a clean sweep in the playoffs. Can we expect something similar here tonight?
Nah, man. I think Secret Shrine, they improved throughout the tournament. Since the start, they had a little bit of hiccups here and there, but they improved quite a lot because if they are a team that can beat LCF, they are a team that have improved. So I think
Hmm.
we will not be seeing a same result this time around. Even Crux Requiem, like Ray already mentioned, we have a new addition into the room, especially. But they also make it work. This kind of like a new synergy that they are building up. But Sacred Shrine, they have that improvement alongside with each other. They have that synergy going on for them. They make different kind of drafts work, like this, the CC goals as well. So we might. I think it's gonna be an improved version of Sacred Shrine we are gonna be seeing. So I don't really think the 2-0 will be, the clean sweep will be happening here.
All right. So those are Debbie's thoughts. She doesn't feel like there might be a clean sweep happening because, of course, they defeated LCF as well, who are one of the most prepared teams that we know, who are one of the most disciplined teams that we know of. Right? Their discipline is always something that every team looks forward to, achieving as well. But in that match that happened between Crux and Sacred Shrine, that was not the case because Sacred Shrine, even though they seem to be more disciplined in their approach as compared to Crux, they did lose out even with the disciplined approach. So yeah, Mr. Ray, what do you think was the issue that happened in this match and things that might be different from this match tonight?
I'm just saying, okay, if you look at Crux Requiem, they obviously it's a clean sweep 3-4-0, right? I'm just saying, bro. Out of 3 games, that's 2 Zushin I see on the screen, man. I'm just saying.
Yep, 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 yep.
Nah, I'm not. I'm genuinely not kidding. Obviously, I can glaze Zushin at that because she's my waifu and stuff. Like, of course, I can do that all day, no issues. But getting even statistically, Zushin is legit top 1 hero. Not even kidding. She's top 1 hero if you can utilize her because the only way you can counter Zushin is going for a full burst composition without having a proper frontliner, and doing that, you're trying to counter the Zushin. That's not going to how it works. You have to obviously take into counter of the marksman as well as the jungler. You have to take them, not to mention you also have to clear out the path for EXP laners as well, because we've seen Phobiuses, we've seen Lapu Lapu, we've seen CC players obviously from both of these teams absolutely dominate and win the game. So you cannot obviously just take into account for the Zushin. So I would 100% say either ban out the Zushin or prioritize it, whichever team is obviously playing. But most of the time, ban is going to be the best option. But obviously, that brings out another question. If you bring out the Zushin ban, that means one hero will be left out open, and that one hero will be most likely falling into either of the pockets. So 100% I feel like Zushin is like, she's not broken. I feel like she's on a perfect place in the meta, and she's obviously can best be utilized by a 5-man composition, and that's what tournaments are all about, having that 5-man synergy. If you can make Zushin work, she's SS top 1 hero, and if you fail to do so, she's also one of the worst heroes you can play with. And right now, obviously, if you can clearly see, Crux Requiem had a good advantage because even when Sekichan did pick up the Zushin to counter it out, the issue was that they just thought about the Zushin and picked up the Hayabusa. I feel like that was
Yep,
not
yep.
enough. They had to think about how this Gatot and this Eve were gonna maneuver. So yeah, definitely something they will have to watch out for. Absolutely. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents and how they can utilize the Zushin the best, because this meta favors the mid lane EXP rotations and matchups extremely heavily. If they are not
Hmm.
prepared, of course, if they are not the best, they will suffer quite a bit. So that's my opinion. If they are gonna be banning out the Zushin, they'll have to pick up a mid laner. But sometimes we just see the Farsa Kadita also get banned out by Followed, and they try to choke down the mid lane. So that is also a possibility. So we'll definitely know as soon as we head into that game number 1. But I think we're done for the analysis, as I think we will see the casters prediction. What do you say, Fredo?
Yeah, Caster's prediction actually it will come up, when we are in the match. So that's the kind of thing that we have
Okay,
decided to go
okay.
for this time.
Got you.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that'll
go
be a
for that. You
surprise,
can
right?
wait.
Yeah, let's not spoil it before, right? What do the casters think? I want to know the reaction of the public when they see my uh prediction as well. So yeah, with
Four,
that,
four guys. Just Fredo put 4 on both. Best of 8.
yeah. But now let's talk. Coming to the next point, I actually wanted to say something before the screen changed. Debbie and Ray, both of you. I mean, What do you think? Will Joseph pick up a Fanny tonight? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. Okay, Debbie, what do you think?
Oh, I hope he does because he's one of the best Fanny players. So yes.
Okay, what do you think about Ray? Ray, do you want Joseph to pick up Fanny?
I would say I don't want him to pick up a Fanny because I feel like her placement in the meta is very bad, but I feel like he will pick up a Fanny.
We all know what Joseph likes. He likes chaos, right? He likes creating chaos. But yeah, I think that was a bit too much. But yeah, Joseph,
No, no,
we
no.
all know what kind of person you are. We all know you like chaos, especially with that Fanny when you can create chaos for the enemy. But now, talking about this match, which is up front for us right now, LCF 2, Sacred Shine 3. This was a very close one because they faced each other in the play. I mean, these teams have faced each other in the playoffs twice, right? Before reaching to these finals. So yeah, look at this LCF versus Sacred Shrine, where Sacred Shrine won once again by a very narrow margin. So once again, Ray, my question to you this time first, before I go to Debbie, why do you think Sacred Shrine, whenever they win, they have never really gotten a clean sweep, right? Do you think
Mhm.
they are not really that strong? Are they unstable? What do you think?
I definitely too think there some games are a little bit weird, like it feels like we had obviously a caster right now. This season he's not active, of course, but Itami, shout out to you, man. He likes to describe them as inconsistently consistent, or
Ah.
yeah, that is a term that and I feel like that describes them the best because it's extremely unpredictable what they are doing. Because of course you wouldn't expect them to do that 2-1, but they did. But then suddenly it's again 2-4-2. So why did
Hmm.
that happen? Like, couldn't they make it a 3-4-2, a 3-4-1 themselves? Like, they had the momentum back from LCF, so why didn't happen? It's a little bit weird because, of course, if you look into the draft composition of course, the game that they lost, which one was it? This is the one. This is the two. Yeah, it feels like it's a really great draft, but what fell down? Like, what was the thing that really affected them? You can't exactly say. It feels all boils down to the end of the day, the execution, in my opinion. Because if you look at the draft of the last game, the best of fifth game, which they picked up the CC and the Lapu pick, wow, that is something amazing because that is a
Yep, yep.
obviously dual fighter composition with the CC, sorry, Yu Shin, but
And Kimi.
yeah, obviously Kimi as well. So they have the marksman, they have the range, and they have the magic, and they have everything covered ground. Like, that is something amazing they've cooked up with. So why didn't
Mhm.
it come in earlier? Where they're trying to hide their cards for a little bit too long? I think that might be a thing. But sometimes if you hide your cards for too long, you might never even got the chance to show it. Because if that day LCF was able to make it a 3-1, they would have been in a really heap lot of trouble. But unfortunately, also LCF, they had a good draft, but they also kind of got a lot pressure. And I would definitely say maybe LCF had some issues on their end as well because their performance wasn't at the peak that I expected, especially that Joy pick. It's I don't know because I feel like Sararmun would have 100% went for not a cat girl. He would have went for the Beast Boy, which was Lucas, and I feel like Lucas would have done a little bit better. So there is some issue I see, but hey, we'll see them next time. Obviously, we do miss LCF, but right now, grand finals, it's going to be the teams that deserve the spot. It's Crux Requiem and Second Shine.
And with that, you guys can witness the handsome faces of handsome Ray and handsome, okay, not handsome, beautiful Debbie once again. We are
Handsome,
back.
what do you mean?
Okay, you are handsome, okay. Now, now, coming back to the point. Okay, so we have talked enough about these matches, right? Before we leave for a while, we'll take a short break, right? Before the teams get ready. And the teams are, of course, ready for the showdown. But before we go into a break, ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone who is watching right now to make sure they share this stream to every single place they can right now so that everyone can witness the ultimate pinnacle of Indian Mobile Legends. And if you want that to happen, make sure you share this stream. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with the match as soon as we can. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back within a few minutes after a short break.
but yeah, I think he's always been using the Gatot Katt for the Angelas, so I'm banking on an Angela pick. Huh?
Okay. I think there might be no sound. Twilight. My mom just confirmed.
Crazy. Crazy stuff right there. But yeah, hopefully we're audible. And right now, I'm loving the transition work, guys. Like, damn, I love it has a little bit of that cyberpunk vibes, you know, all that. It feels that way. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, first game finally, right? Maybe you're bored of the yapping, and finally you're gonna be in for the action. Not action just yet, because of course the draft phase, and we'll obviously first off start. And Debbie predicts that Bakshia Angela Banjela. I don't know what to call it.
Whoa. Bakshi Angela. That was a very good one from Debbie, right? She said we might be seeing the Bakshia Angela. Of course, the
Crazy.
Bakshia has not been very lucky for both these sides, though, because of course Ivan and Joseph, both of them have suffered quite a lot whenever they pick up the Bakshia. Kumar moment does always happen for them. So yeah, Bakshia is not really the most favorable hero when these junglers want to pick up something. But yeah, these guys, they are really good at assassins, so we might be seeing some assassins coming up as well, Debbie.
Assassins are definitely one of a main factor for this gameplay for Secret Shrine. But I think if we talk about the jungle pattern, right, Crux Requiem does have the advantage because Joseph is able to play the utility as better as he can play the assassins. Meanwhile, Ban is more suitable onto those assassins. So I'm kind of wanting to see him onto the assassin be his comfort pick. But yeah, no Baxia and Jepura man. Baxia by the way.
Immediately, right? And I think we will most likely be seeing not much assassins either, because of course both of the flashy ones are gone, unless Joseph just decides to just surprise everyone and pick up the Fanny in first game. And I think that would be a kind of very, I wouldn't prefer it, but hey, if it comes with a flashy gameplay, I'll take it. But of course, second shot immediately locking in that CC. No surprises there. It's a top meta pick Xpilina. Let's see if there's any Kadita, Zushin, or Farsa pulling up in the hands of Crux Requiem, because of course they got Eden. And Eden, he loves these three mages, Fredo.
Yep, of course. People call him the Trident mage player because of course he plays only those three, right?
There we go. Immediately.
Oh, immediately the Zushin and Hylos get locked in here by Crux Requiem. And I mean, like you predict, Ray, it's always the same thing. Always the Zushin that makes the difference for every single mid laner. And right now it's going to be going into the hands of Eden, and he does like to play that hero. And as you can see, now from the other side though, we know that Bid, his strongest pick is the Sicilian. But not really in this meta, but okay, they go ahead with Yve instead. Debbie, do you think this first game is just going to be an experiment for these guys?
Definitely. Because in a best of 5 series, you kind of really want to have that first game and see what we can do about that game. But I also feel that the Eve is very early pick, and the Hylos will be definitely going to the roam, because you cannot put the Hylos against the CC at the same time too. But Sacred Shrine, they trying to get the combination of the Eve plus the Yi Shenshin again. And the thing is, for Sacred Shrine, not Yi Shenshin, the CC is kind of a flex pick, so we'll never know. We will be seeing a gold, a marksman, or another XP laner again.
I'm disappointed, man. What is this draft? Holy. I can't emphasize it enough. Please stop picking the Joy until she gets some significant buff, because she's a little bit too close range. Like, oh my god, Crux Requiem, you had my wife Zushin. Literally, you can pick anything. Okay, come on. You can pick anything, but you okay, he just want to have it. I just heard someone say that, and yeah, he just want to have his King Kong moment. Well, he's built different, right? But he's built different, but okay, today I think we even got the skin, right? Okay, makes sense. He just want to flex the skin, I guess, maybe, because that's the champion skin. But nah, man. But still,
why would you start flexing skins at the finals of a tournament? Like, I mean, but that's what Joseph is known for, you know. Joseph is known for chaos, right? It doesn't matter if and it doesn't matter if that happens inside his own team. Of course, it's going to be a Joseph, and we are all in the Joseph moment right now. Seeing a Joy pick, we
It's
are of
like
course in the Joseph's moment.
you
We
just
are all
said it like Groot.
yeah.
We are just
We are all part of Joseph's moment right now, guys. We are all so lucky
crazy.
to be witnessing this crazy Joy pick.
I, I like it though. I don't know why you guys hate it. I like a joy.
You
But
like
Okay.
little cat girls, Debbie. Of course. You
no,
you have
it's
kitten, right?
more like not in every situation. Let's face it, not in every
What
situation.
situation do you like?
I like a joy when there is a landslide completely left open. So the landslide, you see, is one of the rarest hero that can catch up with the landslide if it's not a penny. So only then. But now thinking about it, I kind of don't like it very much. But against the Since he kind of she will be able to catch up to the farm, but the damage is where it's gonna be lacking just a little bit.
Damage.
So
Yep.
yeah, damage is the
Yep. Yep.
problem. Yeah, it's just the farm, the creep style, the farming speed that they wanna go for here, so it's understandable. But Secret Shrine, look at that, they ran away with Esmeralda. Fredo, you were talking about the seals, and no Esmeralda anymore.
You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
Debbie, EXP lane, obviously these bans are, I just feel like they just don't want any more high HP, high sustain things because both of the sides are screaming that to me because Esmeralda, of course, I feel like, yeah, Eve has a shield, but for how long, man? It's not something that Esmeralda can really abuse easily unless they want to go for Matilda, which is, I don't think they're going to go for because okay, Gatot is out. They can still go for, I feel like, some different option. Johar is also out as well. That does lower down the hero pool for Art. But hey, he can still pull up Kaja, especially considering the fact that this is a Joy and Kaja will just Divine Judgment her out of existence. So I feel like Kaja is still an option. Even the Claude actually can be easily caught in the midst of course, that Blazing Duet. So I feel like this bans are won't do much except for just trying to make it easy for one hero, that is the Eve. So Eve, obviously she needs to poke and she needs some some space. Esmeralda can dive behind, Hilda will just run behind, and Phobius also can dive behind as well. That's why I think those are the reasons they just ban out these heroes, not particularly because they had anything in mind. But hey, let's see, final two picks coming in from Sicket Shine. Let's see if there's any suppression coming in. Or
What
Tiger.
I'm really thinking about right now is, yeah, there might be a suppression coming in, but what I'm thinking about right now is this
Oh
okay? Okay, I'm
god.
finally clear about it. I was just wondering if this CC is going to be a goal lane one or not, because they have the Yisun Shin hyper, the Yisun Shin jungler. So we know that the
Oh,
Yisun
okay.
Shin, when it goes to the jungle, there's a high possibility of having a double fighter combo. Okay, so we're going to see double fighter, of course, but not the goal lane EXP one. We're going to see the Roman EXP one, and of course, the Badang is a very good pick. Like the mobility that it has, on top of that, the sustain as well that it can provide with all those shields. It comes from the fist break, right? So that's actually a very good one. But okay, now you are inviting trouble because now we are looking at this Lapu Lapu come in. So it's going to be really interesting who wins this lane matchup, especially because it will depend a lot more on the rotations now.
I think, Fredo, in the nerd here, we have kind of a team where the CC is always winning. In theory, we're gonna be thinking like, yeah, Lapu Lapu comes out, still mixed up. But most of the time, the CC kind of wins a lot against the Lapu Lapu, so I'm kind of thinking maybe Ramcom this time around will be having a better time into the XP lane against 27. But we'll never know because the pick coming through from the side of Crux Requiem, I really like the Claude here. Because the Claude
Okay.
cannot be catched here because there is an Eve already, and when you try to use a real manipulation, it's always gonna be the diving Claude coming into you. And this is kind
Uh-huh.
of a throwback for the metas where the Claudes and the Eve appears most of the time, and the Eve is much more. The Claw is used as a counter for the Eve than the Eve against Claw. So yeah, they have to be very decisive on where the ultimate is going to be landing. But the fact that Art has got his signature, I would say this is kind of his signature because he have been able to make those comebacks because he was on the Badang most of the time with the perfect sets that he was able to make across the board. So I think if he gets his hands on this Badang, he'll be able to make plays. The soft suppression, the Badang have.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all to the finals of the Northeast Underdogs Tournament 3.0. running in its third edition with all its might in all its flight, and we are going to witness a showdown between Team Crux Requiem and Team Sacred Shrine. And bringing to you is Wardrum Games. Right now, the first match is on, and if you do not want your friends, family, and anywhere else who plays this game to miss out the finals of these best teams in India right now, then you do want to share this stream.
Of course, gotta share a stream, and at the same time, make sure you chat out, of course, stay active, and share your opinions about what you think, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's game number 1, of course. We're gonna keep the energy a little bit in the balance. Gotta save it for the game 7 and stuff, because, hey, Crux Requiem and Sacred Shrine, I am expecting for a 7th game, alright? I'm just gonna reveal it. I wanna see a 7th game. It has to go midnight. If not, damn, one team might just reign out to be a little bit too superior. But hey, let's just see what will happen. Of course, back to you, Fredo, and then Debbie.
And with that, in the mid lane, though, look at the way Bid is actually getting pressured here by Eden and Papi Shrek, because Art is more concerned about dealing with Joy, right? Because we all know Joseph is so easy at getting ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the playstyle of Crux Requiem is this way. They get the Joy and let the Joy play alone. And the other 4 will be playing together when the power spike, not the power spike, when the second turtle is gone. So this is usually what Crux Requiem goes for. But I'm also pretty sure, oh, never mind, look at that.
Immediately, First Blood might be pulling up into the hands of Art, and I think it will happen. No, they do not commit, and First Blood doesn't come just yet. And with it, they're gonna wait for the turtle coming in 10 seconds or so, Fredo.
Yep, of course, 10 seconds. That is more than enough time for them to take their positions. And level 4 will definitely matter, and Bid will not have it right now. Not even Papi Shrek will have it, but of course, there is Joseph to provide him with all the confidence that he needs at a level 3 as a high loss.
Yeah. When you win out onto this mid lane, you're bound to have a better setup onto the objective. Never mind, stun.
Oh, looks like an engage is popping up, and the First Blood might be into the table, but the first turtle goes into the hands of course, Joseph, aka Such is Life. But the First Blood actually, surprisingly, is going to be the Yushin Shin taking down Van Satoru along with Romcom. 2 kills and a turtle for Crux Requiem. Looks like they're already coming in strong, and of course, I'm going to be honest, it is definitely the Zushin making the impact, and Bid is going to take some time to get a little bit online.
And now, things are not looking so favorable after the first turtle fight, because Sacred Shrine are behind, and they are behind by a lot. More than 1k difference in the first minute is actually not a good sign for this lineup that they are going forward with, which is so heavily dependent on the farm.
And Yushin Sin kind of requires the first turtle for him to be able to get to the snowball potential, because if you do not really have that, you kind of lag onto the damage you're gonna have to depend on dealing with. So they're gonna have to wait out just a little bit longer, because they already lose out a lot, like you already mentioned. So now I think Crux Requiem will have the better set onto the rotation as well, and the center of the map will be completely in their control. But onto the mid side though,
not much engage, it's just a little bit poke happening, and I feel the next fight will most likely engage when we see them together, of course, into Red Turtle Pit. For now, we're just gonna see a little bit of poke here and there, rotations being made. Art has to watch out his steps though, because he is most likely gonna be their primary target. He's just retaliating right now. Yeah, screw you for disturbing me in the early game.
Yep, for now though, seems like the side of Sacred Shrine are still looking for an opening, right? Just waiting for Crux to show up at a wrong position where they can punish him. But even Crux is so much more aware. But seems like Joseph is completely aware of Van's position. Doesn't commit though, but turtle coming up in 5.
Yep, turtle is going to be set up here again by Crux Requiem trying to find ways, but this time around, Sacred Shrine are actually very ready to try to go and contest on it. Mountain Circle already up, they do have the real manipulation. Look at the flicker.
Art just missed out on his second skill. There's not going to be enough fist action coming in, but Eden might be coming in from behind. Look, there's obviously position of Van Satoru as well, but Mock and Leo might not just be taken down right here. He's sustaining, and he's going to go back at the same time. Eden with the Crimson Beacon onto the other side. The Joy is coming in as well, looking out the damage. Such is Life has to watch out his positioning. He's going to go back as well. Hylos in the midst of 4 people. Might get taken down here. As I speak, and Bid right now, obviously getting that kill. We might have to see the turtle engage coming up right here, Fredo.
And after that engage, The Turtle is in control of Sacred Shrine, and even with that goal that they were behind on, they still do not let this Turtle slip away, make a comeback happen. And that is exactly the way these teams play, right? They do not let those small moments slip away, they just make it count. And that is exactly what Sacred Shrine did. Just sieging that moment and making it theirs, they take this turtle as well. And now look at Crisis, he's the one getting dominated. Oh my god, inside the tower, he dies, and that is a good kill going into the hands of Fate right now, who might be just ahead. And you do not want a Bruno to get ahead of a Claude.
Definitely, you really don't want to give the Claude the Bruno a free farm to the early stages of this game. This is kind of a snowball competition, but hey, Mountain Soccer again.
Mountain Shocker coming on top of Mark and Rio. Better watch out his positioning. He barely scrapes it off. The crit hit would not be enough to take him down, and he's going to go back for now at least. Which the score is 4-2 for 2. The goal remains the same as well, Fredo.
Yep, it still remains the same. There's not enough difference to make a difference in the game for now. But yeah, the thing is, they are actually lagging behind in terms of goal in the goal lane, right? For the side of Crux. So they have to be more careful about that. I think Crisis, they need to provide him some support. There has not been enough rotation to gang down the Bruno from their side yet. So I think that is a concern for me right now.
It's true, because the fact that you're going to be letting a free here, that was a close one at that, 2 resources being burnt away. But yeah, going back to the gold lane side, I would say when you have a Bruno onto your opposing side, you really want to stop the Bruno on tracks. But hey, Van.
Oh, mid lane, look at that. Punches is coming in from the side of Art, but it's going to be enough. Yes, it is. Poppy Shrek will get taken down again into the hands of course, none other than Bid. 2 kills for this mid laner. And with it, the last turtle is going to be popping up. The side of Second Shine looks like they're a little bit too strong for tonight. Crux Requiem to be taking in maybe, but still, they're going to keep going. Look at that, Fredo. Mark and Ryu.
Mark Henry wants to go in. He misses out on that first kill, and they will miss out on defending the first lane tower in the mid lane as well. And with that, the most important tower that me and Ray always talk about, the mid lane one, very, very important. You lose that, you are exposing your jungle. And that means right now, Crux Requiem have lost the most important objective, of course, after those neutral objectives in the map.
Yeah.
So now, it's going to be less real estate. That means more damage coming in. The fight is broken out, and it's Van Satur who goes down first. It's 5-man invade. It's a 5v5 brawl going on in the mid lane river area. And seems like it's 2 bodies fallen down already in the hands of Sacred Shrine. Crux Requiem, Papi Shrek the only one going. Fate though takes the tower bottom side, and that should be a consolation prize for the extra man down.
That's gonna be definitely the compensation, trying to look for it, but Sati's live. What? My goodness, Bid with that one hit was able to get the kill down there. So this is definitely gonna be the gain for Sacred Shrine back into their own good footing that they were trying to accumulate into this early stages of this game, and now they are all over the place. I think the little bit of a cutback coming out of the side Crux Requiem was actually worthwhile, but yeah, they did lose out the joy again, so definitely not a good thing. But bottom lane though,
Blazing Duet popping in, and it looks like the damage is going to might be enough for Fate to be taken down, but he's retaliating as well with the balls, and it is enough because Van Sitter comes in from behind, takes the kill into the Claude, and with it right now, Papi caught in the midst of a force 3 people from the hands of Sekishan, and I don't think he's going to be able to survive with his 4 legs because they're going to be broken down, and he's going to be going back to the infirmary to get them repaired and come back.
Yes, and 4 legs will take a long time to get repaired. Of course, 10 seconds, still not enough, I guess, but it will be enough for people who are in the Land of Dawn right now playing this finals out, and they won't be able to defend this bottom lane as well. I mean, after that first turtle, things have been just going down for Crux Requiem. They're losing structures across the map, they're giving away farm, and they're of course losing towers everywhere. And look at the caster's prediction as we can see on the screens right now. And looking at that, Debbie here is supporting Crux Requiem, but she does want it to go the long way, right? She wants it all in. Feel that best of 7.
Best of 7 is where we're gonna, try to look for. Okay,
Oh, mid lane, look at the Mountain Shocker popping in. Mark and Mew does go in with the bravest fighter, but obviously he has to retreat.
Ooh.
But RWM popped up, and Markin will be taken out. Bid will be unstoppable.
Whoa.
Crimson will be deployed, but it's not going to be enough, and the damage will be enough for Rom-Com to take it down. Poppy Shrek, and with it, they're going to be going back as the Lord's going to be spawning in 9-4 score. Circuit Shine with a heavy lead, such is life. He has to follow that motto and go back.
Yes, definitely. Right now, they are leading by a lot. And Crux Requiem, they are not really finding space as well, even though we know that these guys have the high lows who can easily open up the map along with the, along with the Lapo as well. Even then, they're not really finding space on the map that they can play with. And the fact that they have a Claude is not helping as well, because the Claude, he does need to be ahead. And right now, Crisis is just way too behind. So it's not really looking good. Bruno is definitely going to blast them. Fate is hitting hard already.
Yeah, 2k goal lead, definitely not the best case scenario for Crux Requiem right now. But hey, it's gonna be Van trying to get something out again. But yeah, 3 items already into the hands of the Bruno here. And he's gonna be able to dish out the damage that he really did. They really want to go for 2 marksmen, 2 scaling marksmen into the hands of Sacred Shrine. And they are doing really good into the early stages of this game. The Lord is gonna go into the bottom lane. And they might eventually try to start to get something of a turret. But never mind, look at Romcom though.
Whoa, not even bothered by Joseph's presence. The Joy not really being the most Sigma tonight, I guess.
Yeah, and we get, oh my god, Crimson Beacon from the hands of Eden right now will go back a step a little bit. That's one resource wasted. The Lord is already melted out, but it's not going to be mattering because, of course, they're going to be pressing into the bottom lane, and with it, they will take it. And right now, I do think Sacred Shine should go back and regroup for some time and maybe wait a while. But what is that damage from Fate? Takes down Eden, and right now Morgan coming in as well. The Hylos will power the pathway, but is it going to be enough? Crisis with the Blazing Duet will most likely take down a shutdown into the hands of Bid, and he will now run away with, of course, his monkey. But is it going to be enough though? Because the monkey is not providing any movement speed, and he's going to be taken down. Crisis will face the Crisis despite the shut it down. He will also get the same treatment as he goes back to the base, and right now Inhibitor into the mid phase has also fallen. Let's see what happens, Fredo.
Yep, let's see what happens. They are cracking the base open. They do have just 1 cannon minion, but R decides to go all in. There it comes, a fist break as well. They're trying to target the tower, but there is the damage coming in from Such Is Life. Fate takes down a killing spree, but Such Is Life is not stopping at 1. He goes out for 2, and that is a throw from Sacred Shine. They throw bodies to try and end the game, but those bodies all fall down. Romcom still trying to dash away, but it's not enough, as Sosa will take him down as well. And Sacred Shrine have fallen behind.
Yeah, they're definitely falling behind right now. But then again, they still can eventually lose out onto overdose. But yeah, they cannot do it this continuously, because if they do it, there's going to be way too far. But look at that.
Oh my god, Vid was caught in the midst of the turret and had to pop out his RWM, but of course that's not going to be saving him. That's not enough shield to take the damage. Of course, Joy's not that strong, but that's a level 15 with a full build, and she's going to be hurting you, of course, when she's right at your face. Unfortunately, Bit will be taken down, and after the shutdown, looks like it's all downhill from here for this poor mid laner. And the Lord's gonna be coming in 4 seconds. Maybe Crux Requiem can turn this game around in a second.
Let's see what can happen here. They are already going for the Lord, even with the fact that they have a minion lane marching down bottom side. But look at Art, he goes in for the initiation. RWM might be coming in anytime, but before that, the Blazing Duet, they're going all in on Faye. They know this Bruno is going to hit them hard with his balls, so they go for him directly. But right now, Such Is Life is stuck in the bottom side with Van Satoru all alone dealing with him, and he'll be able to survive thanks to that high loss there. But now they're losing the base. And the base, they're not letting them recall, but the minions are just way too much. Like I said, they forgot about that bottom lane minion wave, which was going forward. But now, McEnroe wants to go in for a bit, and he takes him down. But can a retaliation happen? They do not have enough members, though. They're losing members, even with the advantage that they had.
They're definitely losing members, man. And this is definitely... Oh my god. Oh. This is crazy. What? It was such a close call. Hey.
Yeah, and they will get the Lord right now. The base was a much more closer call, I would say, because for a second I thought Clausen's going to reach it on time, man. That minion was about to end the base solo, and we would have had... The MVP would have gone to, of course, the minion. And right now with that, it's going to be interesting what it will follow, as a lot, of course, goes into hands of Crux right now. Fedo, this is defendable, but what do they do? Crisis, though, he still want to go in. Look at the damage that is being dished out. Art gets a little bit of a stun in, and the damage is going to be coming in as well. Uses the BMI to get out of there. And I think they will take a safe approach and go for it now, Fredo.
Van Satoru, the spot out Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, does he want to commit? Yes, he wants, it seems, but he does not. Of course, he's not letting his ego get the better of him tonight against Van, who also has a very big ego. I know this guy.
Okay. Yeah, a battle of egos, dare I say. And Fredo is casting. Wow! Nah, nothing out there, but still. Okay, Crux Requiem, they're trying to get into the bases of Sacred Shrine, which is a turnabout of the previous events 5 minutes ago, dare I say. And this is a little bit of a cut that they are looking for Crux Requiem right now with the disciplines that they have right now. They have to launch to the top lane, but they cannot really go in because there's a lot of damage already into the hands of Sacred Shrine. So Crux Requiem very disciplined. Oh, what? 1v1? Talk about ego, man!
Wow, that was a
Talking
very,
about ego,
very
man.
big play.
Yeah. But at least one's a good thing. One good thing, 13 for 13, the score is very even. I like when this happens. It really shows that both teams, of course, are the worthy grand finalists. Really, evened out. But right now, of course, we got to look into the builds. As you can clearly see, the marksmen are all done with their Wind of Natures as well. And so that has enough damage. And I feel like they want to, most likely, they're hungry for a little bit something. Romcom does initiate with the curtain call. They might go in, but it's not enough open space to just commit yet. Just because Joseph is not there doesn't exactly mean anything, because of course Joseph is more of a diver that doesn't, it's not impacting the team fights that much of what Sacred Shrine initiates with. But looks like Fredo, there's a conceal play coming in here. Looks like Crux is ready as Joseph is back into the table.
Yep, and Joseph will dive all in on Bit, but there comes a Winter Crown play from him, and this time around he won't be dying to the hands of Joseph. Now though, from behind comes Art, and he wants to go in for the fist crack. There is not enough members though supporting him right now. RWM comes in for the backup. Crisis is low, and he does use the Wind of Nature, but Crisis gets stunned. He'll be bursted down by the balls of Mr. Fate. And with that, such his life might fall down as well, as he does. Eden very low, might not be able to escape. And that fight that they took has turned around for them, as Sacred Shrine are making their way back now, and they're trying to claim what they had lost in their last fight. They're going for the base straight up.
Yeah, Puppy's right, the sole survivor, and okay, look at that!
God damn it. Unfortunate. But a full wiped out. It's a very obvious win into the hands of course, Sacred Shrine, as they've cleared the base, and they take the game number 1 in a fashion a little bit anticlimactic, because of course Crux Requiem, they kind of fell down with like a slow dominoes of 1 by 1, and with it the side of Sacred Shrine will take game number 1 despite a few little setbacks and everything. It's all good. They get game number 1, and obviously a crucial win, as it will set a tempo for the next games coming in, Fredo.
Exactly. The next games will be more defining than this one, right? Because this game was just a the trailer, you can say. Like I said, the first games in the best of 7 series are usually the teams testing out each other, right? And that is exactly what happened, I guess, because it was going to and fro, but in the end, it did seem like they were the side of Sacred Shrine, they lost all control. But it did not happen that way, because Crux gained back control as well. And in the end, that fight that they decided to go for, which was, I don't know who was the one who initiated that fight, but whatever it was, Sacred Shrine went all in and they actually came out on top. But it seemed like Crux was actually taking that fight half-heartedly. What do you think, Debbie?
Yeah, definitely there, because it's kind of Sacred Shrine doing it more than Crux Requiem, because they do have a lot of setups, because Art is there. He's always the one trying to set up when he have the flicker and the fist crack available. He always go for the engagers, and when he went into that, he was kind of separating Crux Requiem's combination, and they kind of got split up, and the targeting kind of fell off a bit. And you could see into the last part also the blazing duet from Crisis was eventually very late, but it's not only just late, it was on a target he should be going. It was perfect right there, but then again, the fist crack was still back into the picture too. The wall is back, and there wasn't Crisis what anything Crisis could do there. So that is the power of a Badang, man. That's a displacer. Most of the time he kind of breaks the tempo of a team fight, and Crux Requiem, they were trying to break that for themselves, but they couldn't do anything about it, because there's always a lot of damage already onto the real one population, in combination with the volley shots coming through from Fate again, who is eventually a very, very farm marksman. Since the 10 minutes of this game, he was already hitting them a lot with the phases. So I think Crux Requiem, it's not really there for mistakes. It was more of a forced error coming in from the side of Sacred Shrine, which made them lose the team fights.
Absolutely. obviously thank you for breaking it down. And I feel like this game was, I am gonna be honest with you, it is definitely the joy. I mean, yes, 6 kills, but doesn't really mean much. Especially when, for the jungler, I would 100% recommend, especially for someone like Joseph, you'll have to snowball. Yes, I know, I can see the chat right now, of course, many people say Crisis, but if you're going to go for a Cloud composition, it is more heavily reliant on the jungle. The jungle will have to carry the pace of the game so Claude can farm easier, and once Claude can obviously get that farm, he can go for a little bit of a more dominating gameplay, because if you want to go Blazing Duet, you want to have a little bit of a level advantage, as well as the fact that you need enough damage to, of course, like your Blazing Duet needs to hurt, and for that to hurt, you need to be ahead of Thumb. And how do you get that? Of course, either by winning the lane, but Claude is not exactly a lane winner kind of a marksman. More so, he's a little bit someone who's reliant on the jungler right now. Joseph needed a little bit more active of a jungler, not of a jungler that needs to go back into the backline and take it. Because of course, take Yushin for an example. Yushin, he can obviously wait for his team, but at the same time, Yushin can go for 1v1s. He can go for pickoffs. He can basically try to take down people by his own accord. He doesn't have to wait for someone to get low as possible to get in and do the sweeping. That's why Fanny and Joy right now are kind of like the worst jungler options, because they're sweepers. They come in to basically take the kill that the team has already been, like 80% of the HP would be gone, and Fanny and Joy just go in, secure the kill for their team and get the advantage, and that is their playstyle. But that's not a meta, and against Second Shine it's not going to work, because Second Shine is obviously, they are prepared to deal with it. And let's see what they can obviously do, because ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2. Loving the production work, of course, from Wadum Games. The transition is full sick, and looking forward to what this game will entail. Of course, Fredo.
Of course, man, a lot of work being put forward for this finals, and now we're in it. And now we're in the second game already. The first one already, I think, Sacred Shine have already they have actually come prepared, right? And I think they have ticked their checkbox, tick their checkbox that they had. So yeah, because they did not even win a single game against Crux Requiem. It was 3-0, right? In the playoffs. So they have not won a single game against Crux Requiem yet. And their first win comes in the finals. So a good start for Sacred Shine, I would say. But
absolutely,
this could be it. This could be it. It could be just Crux Requiem setting them up for one game. Like, okay, bro, you didn't win against us in the playoffs. Just take one. We'll just make you happy for a while before we just beat you over with a 4-0 or something. I mean, 4 games back to back. That would be really interesting. But yeah, that might be the case, which might happen. But before that happens, into the draft, we're seeing, okay, once again, similar stuff. CC first pick again.
Yeah. CC first pick, definitely a to-do list. Even when the lane slot was open, the CC has always been consistently first picked by Crux Requiem. It's very important you get your hero, a good one at that, into the first bases. But yeah, Sacred Shrine, they are denying stuffs here. I like what they are doing, man. Banning away the Angela and picking away the Boxer. Okay. They do not really want to give away the combination of the CC, the Boxer, and the Angela combination, which Crux Requiem is so well versed on using. Definitely a good one, but Zeus and Ban coming through, it's more in favor for the side of Sacred Shrine here, Ray.
I'm actually surprised that Bed wanted to go for the Eve again.
Eve?
Does he wanna embrace the Eve one trick allegations or something? Maybe. Maybe tonight he might do it. But of course, going for the Baxia, it is a little bit interesting, because of course, why there's a Yushin open? Yushin worked out so perfectly. Maybe because of the CC. I think because there's a CC, they want to go for a little bit of a utility. But hey, the draft is still open. They can go for a support if they want to. Right now, of course, just go for the Mathilda, which will give Eve a lot of mobility. And of course, the rest of the members as well. They will ban out Esmeralda into the next phase, and it's going to be all good story for them. And I feel like that should be their... No, actually, they go with the Padang. Really interesting. Padang into the most likely the roam position. Sacred Shine looks like they will stick to 2 cards same, but they give away 1 card into the hands of Crux. Interesting, Fredo.
They take the Badang, they take the Eve as well. They give away the Yis and Shindo, as they already had the Baxia, right? But the one thing is, Baxia, bro, it doesn't really work out in both of these junglers' hands as much as I've seen, Even Ivan, they play good. They play better than every single jungler out there. But this is their worst hero, I would say, right? Out of all the heroes. That is the one thing that I would like to say. I'm not saying that they're bad at Baxia. I'm just saying that this is the hero that they're worst with when they pick it up. they're not really able to carry the matches by themselves because they're depending on their backliners who sometimes fail to do their jobs. And that's why,
Okay.
as a jungler, you kind of get angry about it, I guess.
Totally, man, totally. But yeah, the thing is, Sacred Shrine, they have a good setup for a Baxia here already because they have the Eve and the combination is definitely going to be good. But the Badang is still, most of the time when Sacred Shrine pick up the Badang, it's always going into the hands of Art rather than Romcoms because they want Romcom a winning side most of the time. So yeah, they don't really take the Badang into his hand, to keep the Badang into his hands. But the Ruby ban coming through for Sacred Shrine, very understandable, as well as the Phobius ban from Crux Requiem. They don't really want to give away the Phobias because, like already mentioned, but the Badang is actually a flex break, so they cannot really take out the risks here. But Sacred Shrine will be eliminating a lot of gold winners here. The Harriets would have been good because there's a physical damage dealer into the jungle, so you really want a bit of a magic damage dealer so that you'll be able to play out the utility mid laner onto the hands of Eden again. But yeah, this is going to be a respect ban coming in for the side of Crux Requiem. They could have banked on another XP laner's ban, but Bruno, right? Bruno was a problem to the previous game, so take it away.
I've been noticing one thing, Abby. I can see the draft in her glasses.
Yeah. I was watching it double time.
No. It's just funny. I could see the draft in your eyes. It is funny, man.
Okay.
You know how people make
Right.
romantic songs about how we can see things in their eyes.
Can you see it in
Okay.
my eyes as well now?
Your glass are a little bit small. The Debbie's are massive.
Bro, you should also wear glasses, man. Why are you?
Yeah. Nah,
Why are you
my
not-
eyes are still good. Still. But anyways, yeah, that's about glasses.
My
We
camera
even
is
have,
weird though.
Van with the glasses as well. Looks like I'm the odd one out here tonight. But yeah, jokes aside, Sacred Shrine the draft finally pulling up that Granger in game number 2, and that is going to be a risk factor for, of course, Crux Requiem. But hey, Irithel is left out open, so that is just eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing. Not even an eeny, miny. It's just a lock on. Just play Irithel, and I think that's going to be no. Actually, they go with the Claude. Interestingly, looks like Crux Requiem. They wanna really make this Claude work and show, hey, maybe game number 1 you had it, game 2 it's gonna be ours, and let's see what will happen. Of course, last pick coming in from Sacred Shrine, it's most likely gonna be a EXP lane.
Crisis. Dear Crisis. Dear Crisis, may the force be with you. That is all I'll say for that cloth pick. Oh my goodness! What is happening
the-
here? The guy we expected to play the Fanny is not playing it. Instead, it is the guy who is supposed to be playing the Yi Shin or something. Just calm down kind of personality guy. But okay, things have turned up this time around. It's going to be Van Satoru being in the Joseph state of mind tonight for us.
I like this one. I like this last pick from Sacred Shrine, definitely. No lockdowns for Crux Requiem, or maybe I'm just a fanatic for Fanny or Van Satoru's Fanny because he was able to win games with this Fanny, man. But yeah, no lockdowns for Crux Requiem. The only way they will be able to catch out the Fanny is if Puppy Shark will be able to get the taunts into the right places, or if the curtain calls will be enough. But then again, those are not heavy card controls that can defeat the Fanny, that can shut down the Fanny. But yeah, that was, oh my goodness, a lot of flags from the start till the very end for Sacred Shrine. The Baxia was a flags, the Badang was a flags, and so yeah, it will be into the hands of Art again, not Romcom. I mean, not Romcom. I'm tweaking now. Badang will be into the hands of Romcom, and it's gonna be Baxia into the hands of Art. No setup for this guy anymore. But yeah, Sati's life, I think he's have a little bit of a problem with the face, right? Look at that. He's
Yeah. He has.
He's not there.
He's John Cena for
or Natalia.
Yeah, Natalia. Yeah, to be fair, but he's a male, so I'm trying to find an invisible guy, and obviously Bo's John Cena.
Hold on, man.
And maybe John Seth, maybe change his name to John Cena Seth or something. Nah, I'm just tripping. The draft
John
is
Seth.
done, and looks like the one we expected the least is gonna be immediately pulling up with that Fanny in game number 2, Sacred Shrine. If they want to take game number 2, they want to take it in a fashion. But at the same time, of course, Crux Requiem, we cannot take it away. Eden has one of his signatures, the Farsa, into his hands. And 27, of course, likes to make those plays as well. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to game number 2 of this best of 7 grand finals between the top dogs. And it's going to be a fire one. The first match already was. Let's see what this game entails us. Of course, we will witness and will be the voice of course, this game, or your casters, myself, Ray, Debbie, and of course, Fredo.
And with that, we are in it, ladies and gentlemen. Second game, of course. The first one was, of course, a nice one. And this might be even more entertaining as we can see Van Saturo on the Fanny. And guys, I'm telling you, the Van is here to just 1v1 Joseph and take him down once again.
I mean, if that's a true story, I'm down for it,
Wait.
man. Wow, we want to watch a showdown, right? He's John Cena after all. Yeah, I'm still sticking to
Blue
the
got taken. Blue taken.
What?
away.
What? By who? By who?
Puppy.
Papi Shrek
Oh
took
my
the blue
God.
of Van away.
What?
Van might be suffering already. Like, I think Joseph sent Puppy like, yo, Van thinks
Yeah.
it's me. Go punish him.
Well, nah, man.
Fredo, of course.
I don't know what's happening, but you know that is not. I mean, I can already feel Van right now. He's probably tilted on Art. He's probably cursing him.
Oh,
But there's nothing that a Baksha can do, bro. That's not even
Nah.
his fault.
Art is just like, am I supposed to throw the tire on their face, man? Like, what am I supposed to do?
what should I say? Yeah. Never mind. Look at that.
Oh,
Think it's
what
coming
is
in?
that? Art! Oh my god, did he really puncture his tires or something? Because, oh my god, I don't think that was planned. Okay. Art,
Okay.
looks like Sacred Shine, they're not having a good start. It's a rough start, but hey, the tires punctured, but maybe find a replacement, right? But anyways, jokes aside, this first turtle, I think it's just gonna go uncontested completely because Fanny is all the way on the bottom lane trying to get some resources. And I think if Crux does have the information, they might go for this orange as well. But Van is still level 3, man.
Suffering with the
True.
Fanny. Something that we have already heard of, right? Oh, look at that. Mr. Joseph, he's totally aware of what kind of rotations Ivan might come up with to try and get that farm deficit back. Bid might be in some trouble though. He flickers out.
Yeah, Flicker have to be committed right there, but that's going to be making it a little bit of a survivability. But yeah, Eden onto the first side will be able to outscale the Eve, which he didn't have into the first game. So this time around, it's going to be much more of a comfortable game for him. But the fact that Puppy was able to steal out the first blue, it's kind of nerfing down the Fanny just a little bit into the early stage. And you really want to do that when you have a Yi Shen. You want to get the turtle, you want to get the early game, you want to have the gold lead most of the time, and they are definitely trying to bank on that. But Art rolling in.
Rolling in indeed, and Art might fall down again, but no, the tire is going to be sustaining with that, of course.
Oh,
Green
Eden?
will take a kill into Bid. Van is absolutely trying his best, but the sustain will be there, and the kill again goes into the hands of Eden. A double kill secured for this bird lady, blind lady. Of course, she cannot see Joseph either way, and yeah, 3-4-0.
Things are looking very interesting right now as we see Crux Requiem making a comeback happen, of course, after that defeat in the last one. Van Satoru picking up the Fanny, which made no sense until unless we see a 1v1 happening anytime soon, in the late game. But yeah, before that happens, right now, Van Satoru, especially questioning his choices, probably even Art as well. Probably questioning, why did we go forward with this? Why did we accept this? Why did we allow this to happen?
Crazy.
Such is life, man. Such is life. I can't do anything about such is life, but yeah. The thing is, it's not. It's Secret Shrine are trying to make the place for the early game, and Crux Requiem are trying to go for the mid to the later part of this game. And the fact that Secret Shrine aren't able to get that early momentum that they're trying to look for is definitely going to be in favor for Crux Requiem right now. And we can see the first turtle will be set, the second turtle will be set again for Crux Requiem. They do have all the green lights available, all the ultimates are out there, but Romcom rotating up on top, trying to do something here. Sneaky plays. He might be able to set. Look at that.
Okay, Van coming in. Look at the punches also into the face. Fisting right there. Romcom will most likely take down Eden. And with the team fight still going on, looks like it's pretty fast paced. But Fade will capture a kill into Eden as well. Oh, such a slide. Better watch out your position because that was not a good one. Bid will take a kill. And with it, 4-3. Looks like the Second Shine will make a little bit of a balance.
Yo, and with that now, finally, they are coming back slowly but surely. And with that, the farm recovery is definitely there. Van will get the blue buff. Van will get the turtle. Van is happy now. And now he can go for something else. He can cool down his mind, stop blaming Art, and finally focus on the game.
Yeah, that's a happy one. A happy one is an aggressive one. An aggressive one is a funny one we want to try to look for here. So that's definitely going to be a cutback coming in. But yeah, onto the top lane, there's going to be a little bit of a skirmishes happening, not much. But yeah, early rotation coming from Romcom is definitely what gave them the favority onto that turtle. And that's definitely going to be the little bit of a comeback that Sacred Shrine are finding in. And that's going to be where they trying to equalize onto that goal too. Now only a few hundred goal lead into the hands of Crux Requiem. They can farm up still, so that the game is equalized, a 50-50 situation. But the fact that they are for Secret Sign, they were able to get those momentum back. They're gonna be having the control onto this mid side, and this center of the map is really important. But right now, making real.
Making new, just got a little bit poked out here. Nothing much. Romcom pressuring up a little bit. Mountain Chalker given as well, but looks like Romcom has to whip out his punches because he will get taken down. I think that was a kind of a missed position coming in from Romcom, a little bit too deep end. And with it, another kill given. I feel like that was a free kill, but looks like into the top lane.
1v1.
Going for a 1 versus 1 with the Joseph, level 9 and 10. Van Sato does have the ultimate, but will be immuned out, and the turret will go inside of it. No issues on his end.
Now though, on the other side of the map, skirmish happening. Art will fall down, and with that, Art gets taken down once again. Third time though in the match, and that is not good. That's okay. Bid, surprisingly, probably no one was aware, and he takes that small gold grab away, but it won't create too much of a difference. Still, Crux Requiem is ahead by a lot, and in case you guys didn't notice, take a look at that MVP as well. You know, people have chosen their MVP as well. Look at Shinryu and Ash TZ. They're showing a lot of trust in the EXP lane. And look at Wan's, of course, really different from every single person out there. He chooses the roam.
Yeah.
Art, right?
Yeah.
He likes art. Nah, that's you don't want to be. Never mind, you can be liked by art, but yeah, one advantage is fuck. Turtle still? What was that?
Coming in, will be getting it for, of course, Mark Hill might be getting the, of course, the payout. He's getting a lot of poking in. Art is going in into deep. Mark and Ryu will not survive it. Of course, he can take it down, and with the RWM coming in as well. Blazing duet into the backline. Speed comes in with the snipe from behind, and with it, the kill fight is still going on. And Poppy Shark will also get taken down. Bid is looking for a little bit more. Eden will have to go through the walls and just to survive. The punching is not going to be stopping, and oh my god, I thought he would be surviving, but no, Bid is wanting to go for a triple kill. Going for that 1v1 triple kill for this mid laner. And happy mid laner, because look at that smiley on his front of his squad. And obviously 6-8 Sacred Shine make a very strong comeback from that a little bit of a disaster early game. And with it, looks like Crux Requiem are back at the backseat again. Nah, don't have the wheel, don't have the acceleration in their hands anymore.
What was that? I mean, as a fanny, you would not really go in like that, but he went in for that turtle steal. Despite every single thing that his teammates were really his teammates were getting zoned out. But as soon as he took the turtle, they just dived all in. They gained all that confidence that they had lost, right? And even Fate as well. I think he got a couple of Sky Piercer stacks with the kills that he got. So right now, Sacred Shrine are looking more favorable to win this game. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Because that was a good steal, and I think this time around, 10 stacks and 400 into the Capriccio. That's definitely going to be needing a bit of time for Fate to farm up, but still, he is in that pathway. He's free, so he'll be able to get the stacks from bot lane. Okay, this guy, man. Oh my goodness. Let me talk. Van Satoru, I think Secret Shrine are more better in the steals, right? Because Beat was able to steal the gold crab, and Van Satoru was able to get the turtle again. So the retribution has been landing, but look at the stun.
Okay, a little bit of course, pressure being put, but Lord's going to be coming in 5 seconds right now. Is Crux Requiem in any kind of a position to really take it? Of course, they are not right now, but they can still try to go for it. They have the AOG in their hands. Poppy Shack can make the play, but Mountain Shocker coming in, getting a little bit of a vision. They know all of the members are in the mid lane, except for, of course, Van, all the way to the bottom. 6-8 score still in 10 minutes into the game. 3,000 gold lead into the hands of SS, and with it, let's see, Van wants to go in for 1 versus 1 or just poke out the targets, but I think since Joseph is all the way into bottom, that's a free lord into the hands of Sacred Shine, as they'll go for a little bit of macro push in the bottom lane, not committing to any lord fights just now, Fredo.
Yep, not really committing into any lord fights yet, and they're they're having a nice time. As of now, they have not lost a single turret on the map, and that is a huge advantage. And with that, though, now it will come down to the lane sync, right? They need to have the proper lane sync if they want to utilize this lord to the max. Especially in the bottom side, if you see, they do still have one more, tier 2, which they have to take down. Oh my god, that engaged! Something, but nothing. But yeah, that was just
Nothing.
warning shots here from Mr. Joseph.
Yeah, Mr. Joseph is going to be wasting that one ultimate for the Lord Percy right now in Sacred Shrine. They are trying to look for a possible setup. Romcom does have the flicker, but the discipline coming through for them, they know that the Lord will be melted down quite easily, so they will not be able to get the mid lane inhibitor, but they will be successful in trying to go back as a take out the discipline route, so they can wait. Oh, never mind, look at the shadow.
The set is
My
coming
God,
in.
look at
and,
Mr.
oh my God,
Art.
Eden with that positioning will be able to survive for a little bit. The Fanny does come in a little bit strong as well, but might will be able to get the
LG?
AOG into the back line. But look at the punches coming in, and looks like they're obviously going to be punished out. Uppy Shrek will get taken down, but at the cost of Dan getting shut down as well. And with it, looks like the side of Sacred Shine has to take a little bit of a backstep, but they do take down the inhibitor into the mid lane. Okay, Romcom wants to get into position, baby, but nah, they're going to be just going for the defense. And for now, Crux Requiem still are going to be playing their Requiem for now into this game number 2. Still have a hope for 1-for-1.
Yep, and with that, of course, Mr. Crisis, he does appear to be in his Claude Delulu era or something, but I hope that fades away in the next game, right? Because okay, say Debbie, say.
No, I just when there's a Clyde, I was reminded of the Skylar Blazing Duet, so he might want
Oh.
something of a Crisis Blazing Duet, you know? You know what, Ray? You know what to do, Ray? Just kidding. Just go.
crazy stuff. But anyways, 3,000 gold lead still into the hands of, course, Sacred Shine, and we're just going to be waiting for most likely the next team fight that will be coming in. Oh, looks like Such as Life does take the movements into his hands. RWM popping in. He's only 4% of his HP left, and look at the punches coming in as well. Looks like Mokano is going to be stuck in the midst of it, and he will survive for a little bit while obviously it'll be gunned down. But at the same time, Vantager will take down Crisis at the price of his taken down as well. Right now, obviously 3 members have already sent back to the fountain, and 2 members will be left, the jungler and the mid laner, fending off for the waves that are going to be crashing down. But looks like, of course, Sacred Shine might either go for an end right now, because of course the Lord, as well as the fact that Council Play is going to be coming in. Looks like they're going to be going in for the end. That this is only coming in from Aiden, but they might not be enough, because Joseph is all the way stuck right there, and the base is going to be ending as Sacred Shine get another game 2. The start might be rough, but the end is what matters in the, of course, the grand scale of things. 2-4-0. Sacred Shine setting up the precedent for a clean sweep. Hello, Fredo.
I have been awestruck with this game, especially Mr. Romcom. He was literally taking, I don't know, I think it took like 5 or 6 turret hits, but he was trying all his best to just keep Joseph away. Joseph, boy, I know you can turn the game around, but not tonight, bro. I'm here. He was like that tonight. Let's chasing Joseph away, keeping him away as much as he can. Even Eden could not do too much. He had already used his feather airstrike. So that was a very desperate end that they decided to go for, because they knew Van's Fanny is not really working. We have to end it as soon as we can. They saw that opening, they took it all.
Yeah, I think that's a statement, right? You get my blue buff, we get the game. So that's definitely what Sacred Shrine trying to save through for Crux Requiem right now. And I think even the draft is not that much of a problem here, because for the most part, CRQ were able to play the early stages of this game. The turtle, they took the way they were playing, the way they were taking out the objectives as well. It was perfectly on point. They were sticking to theory. They were sticking to what they were planning out to be. But the thing is, there's almost always a way Sacred Shrine trying to find something of a hole onto the composition of CRQ, and they play around with it, and the Badang always comes in handy in this kind of scenarios, and either it can be into the hands of Odd or even Romcom. He is able to change out the tide of this game again, and what a big comeback. Of course, the Fanny didn't work, but it was used as a macro factor into the game. There was a lot of damage already into the hands of Fate. 0 deaths, this guy. There wasn't anyone who was targeting him. And when you have a free farming grandeur, he's always gonna be, yeah, one-shotting your frontliners also, you given the cards right, you know.
And the only thing I notice right now is that the 6 players that we have on the screen, 4 of them have glasses and 2 of them don't. That is the only thing
yeah.
I was able to gather from that. Okay, Romcon and of course Eden, right? Yeah, they're gonna be my brothers, Snow Glasses gang. But anyways,
Okay.
that was a exhilarating game for sure. I feel like this was a little bit more climaxing. Okay, the last one, I'm gonna be honest, that was a little anti-climatic. Just like one by one they fell down and they just ended the base all alone. It feels a little anti-climatic. This one though, it was much better put on fight, of course, from the hands of Crux Requiem. Of course, into the early game, they were obviously singing their Requiem really strong. They even took the blue buff and everything, purple buff, sorry. But at the end, it was pretty obvious Van was on a different mode because, of course, we have forgotten this guy is also a Fanny main all the way back from like 2024 even. It's just that Fanny kind of fell off, so he kind of stopped playing. But looks like, of course, he has privileged us, graced us with a Fanny gameplay. And of course, the grand finals of Northeast Underdog Tournament, the 3rd edition, Season 3, whatever you'd call it. And for that, we're obviously jumping into the 3rd game as well, the draft phase for Game 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's going to be an exciting one, as we will see. The results may vary. And, oh my god, Crux Requiem, do you again pick up the Claude?
Oh my god, bro. Crisis, boy, you have to come out of your Claude Delulu era, man. You are not Skylar. Just be Crisis, bro. Be the Nathan player that you are, bro. I mean, we all remember, right, those days when he used to just lock in his Nathan and, you know, suddenly you are defeating ABM and stuff. So, those days, man. So, yeah, Crisis just needs to be back to his prime once again. He cannot keep taking up the Claude, you know, again and again. I mean, it's not like the Claude is a bad hero right now, but it's very situational. It only works when you actually are, you know, getting the support from your teammates and trying to dominate the enemy marksman as well. Maybe out farming the enemy marksman by taking double lanes or something like that. But that is not the case, right? Crisis has not been getting a lot of help by his teammates, and he has been losing lanes to Fate. And you do not want to lose lane to a guy called Fate because he turns his Fate around. So, I mean, he is the master of his own fate. And the way he has been playing, right, I feel like Crisis, he just needs to tune up his game right now. We cannot just keep depending on Joseph. Crisis has to step up. And that should be the deciding factor of this match, I guess.
Yeah. The win condition, dare I say. And yeah, of course, this time around, we're going to be seeing a ban on the Eve for the side of Crux Requiem because they do know that Bit was spamming the Eve since the lower bracket final. So it's kind of their win con as well here. So Crux Requiem finally deciding to take away the Eve. So of course, the Kalea has to go or is well versed on this hero in particular. And of course, like, you know, I told you, right, Fredo, Ray, I told you that Angela's going to be most of the time picked away by Puppies Rex. So Secret China, they know their opponents, so they have to ban that away. But the thing is, they ban away the 1-1 even though they are first pick because they don't want to first pick a marksman into the first phase. They don't want to risk it having into the hands of Crux Requiem as well. But the Hayabusa always has to go. This is kind of a consistent ban coming from the side of Secret Shrine.
Absolutely, because obviously they have, you get it, of course. Both of the sides, I don't think the Hayabusa is going to be left out open, but one guy is open for right now for the picking. Gotta immediate lock. Lancelot is open. Come on, it's an easy pick.
Let's go.
Oh my god!
What?
Again a Baxia, but into the hands of Joseph. Okay, but no flashy plays. Are you waiting, Joseph? Are you waiting to make those flashy plays, man?
Oh
because
my god,
you're going to be costing Eden a little bit of apology, maybe, because Lancelot is going to be cooking that bird into a roast, and Farsa will be really unhappy about it. I think the Lancelot should have been definitely picked up instead of the Baxia. Yes, the Baxia is good, but you can deal with it, especially when you have a really strong burst. I think giving away the Lancelot, one of the top heroes in this meta, not to mention a good user like Van as well, I think the bird is at least cooked. I don't know about the rest members, that bird is gonna be a little bit cooked.
Bird.
So yeah, they gotta watch out, man.
Fredo looks so disappointed. He looks so disappointed, man.
What is going on? I don't know. Okay, because last game we saw Van picking Fanny. This game we're seeing Joseph picking Baxia. Okay, this might be something else as well. Who knows? We might see the Fanny in the hands of Van, or maybe the YCS as well. YCS is still open. It might be actually Papi who might be taking the Bakshia like Art did last game as well. So we're not really sure. But yeah, before we take things too far, I do think, Ray, like you said, the land slot could have been picked up, and Eden is probably pissed off.
Yeah, he's not gonna be having the best time of his life all the thing. Like, you'll be like, yeah, popping up the feather airstrike, and there's a swordman trying to dive in into your backlines, and you have to fly away. So that's definitely not the one you want to play against. But the fact that Sacred Shrine picked away the Lunox is a flex, I would say, because it can go into the goal. Of course, mainly into the goal. It's been used in this current meta. It's been rising here since yesterday, and it can also go into the mid side. But the thing is, you don't want to lose out onto the mid wave clear, and Lunox is not really the best clear into the mid side, and she kind of needs the late game to have the damage potential that Lunoxes are well capable of, because you want to have a mid game hero that can clear out easily, so you will be able to rotate around. So look at the bans rate. Phobius always removed by the blue side.
I mean, the whole issue with the Phobius is that this guy. You need heavy CC. You have heavy CC, you deal with him. But you don't have heavy CC, he's gonna be the one dealing with you. He can easily go for 1 versus 4 even. 5 is where he has troubles, but this guy can easily do a 1 versus 4 very effortlessly. So obviously trying to get a heavy CC like a Kaja, or trying to get something like the Throat and get to a chain CC as well, it's a little bit hard to do it. So I think going for the ban is obviously the best choice overall, but at the same time, I think the Lunox most likely gonna go into the mid lane. But I think she was mainly picked because, of course, if this is a Joseph going for the Baxia jungle, of course, which will most likely happen right now, it basically means that, of course, that Lunox will be the one to easily melt him out. Not to mention, of course, there's also the CC, which is obviously, shout out to Kimmy, man. He said that this is a walking Demon Hunter sword. So, of course, the CC with an HP based damage will be also affecting the Baxia a lot. So the team fight sustenance is already dropped down 50% for the hands of course, Crux Requiem, and it's going to be revolving around into the hands of course, none other than 27, I think 27 will most likely go for that, of course, Arlott EXP. It will be really mattering on how good is going to be landing those final slashes into the hands of course, Sacred Shrine.
And with that, the final pick will be coming up from Sacred Shrine. Right now, what they're lacking is crowd control. And with this pick, they're going to be... I'm really expecting 2 crowd control picks right now.
What?
What are these picks today? Whatever it may be, it's entertaining. It's very, very experimental. It's very, very refreshing as well for the meta, right? Of course, people have been stuck to whatever the meta is. And right now we're seeing Sacred Shrine, maybe because they're ahead, right? They're trying to experiment or something. I don't know. But this is 0 crowd control game. And we are seeing once again that the junglers tonight are, of course, playing on egos. They're all high on it. Then they are not really denying the allegations that these guys are really ego players.
I told you, yes. Joseph gonna be picking up the Fanny Bra against the Lancelot. Of course, you wanna catch up with the mobility that the Lancelot is gonna be having, but not so much onto the damage. So this is gonna be another joy we're talking about. Not much of a damage, but it's gonna be a farming speed you wanna focus on this time around. But I have a kind of a caution on this Sacred Shrines pick here onto the mid side. They have 0 control onto the mid lane. They have 0 control onto the tank again, because this is a high-loss room. You don't really have a lockdown. The low end order is gonna be the sole crowd control that you wanna focus on. So no, this is gonna be a hard early game for Sacred Shrine. So Crux Requiem, they have to play their cards right. The early game is where they have to focus on, they want to control onto this mid side, rotate for your gold lane most of the time, play for your Moskov. If not, try to avoid the ganks that can come through from the side of Sacred Shrine, and let the Moskov farm alone into his gold lane against the Rosa, which he will suffer with, but he can hold his lane because of the self build that he has. So that's gonna be one thing Crux Requiem will be finding out how to play on, and if they are able to do that, it's gonna be a free-flowing game.
Absolutely, and I am loving. I think Sacred Shrine, I had a little bit of less expectations because of course Crux Requiem had made them obviously 3-4-0, but tonight looks like not only they're gonna be winning in a dominating fashion, they're gonna go for a little bit of those flashy plays that I was looking forward to. And of course,
Flash
that
play.
Roger pick, man, it's gonna be interesting because picking it against Crux Requiem. Well, it's an interesting one because, ladies and gentlemen, this is season 3, of course, Nerd, and this is game 3 as well of Best of 7 series. Sacred Shine with 2 pointers. Can they make it a 3 as well against Crux Requiem, setting up the precedent? But this time around, Such is Life, aka Joseph, will get hands into the fanny. It's gonna be looking extremely interesting, but so does Fate get a hand on the wolf. Can this wolf be the alpha, or he's gonna be a little bit of a puppy? Man, I don't know why I use that, but anyways, yeah.
Of course, it's going to be interesting to see if Roger is going to be the beast or is he going to just be a scaredy as
Dog.
human. But right now, look at that. He's already dominating the Moscow. Even though Crisis has decided to change heroes this match,
Mm,
I still think he needs a little bit of backup, you know.
a backup it is, but Art. Oh my goodness, that's the first blood for Eden. That was fast. That was actually very fast. 1 minute into the game. This is why I was talking about, right? The mid control is definitely not into the hands of Secret Shrine right now because they have a Lunox which does not have the best clearance so far, and the high-lows in combination. They want to make up with the clearance of the high-lows, but still, the far side is always going to be better into that clear, but hey, that's going to be Puppy Strax. Done!
Go into the bot lane. Look at the kill coming in. Such is Life punishing Art twice. Damn, that is just insane stuff right there. But of course, maybe,
Right.
hey, I'm just telling you, Sacred Shine, every time Art dies first, maybe that's a good omen for them. But jokes aside, Universe is already into the hands of Crux. We saw that, right? Art has been getting taken down each game, so
yeah.
maybe it will help. But of course, Fate is gonna be getting a little bit pressured this time around from, of course, Crisis, because Roger has that lack of a range and everything. First hurdle coming in. Van, last game he made a steal, and this Lancelot is the best stealer. And right now, into mid lane as well. Oh, look at the pressure coming in from Joseph, but they have to look out for the pressure, and they will go back. Right now, Such is Life. Does he go for the purple? Yes, he's gonna go for the purple. They won't go for the first hurdle, and we'll just wait for a while, Fedo.
And now, after this first turtle, talking about, the first blood thing. I mean, first blood 2 games in a row, that's called consistency, man. Mr. Art here just proving why he is called Mr. Consistent,
Yeah.
right? But like you said, it might be just
Consistency.
yeah, he's Mr. Consistency. He's showing that he can get first blood and still make games happen. So that is something that only Art knows how to do, right? Oh, it might be the third time, and it is the third time that Art has been
Oh,
taken
dear.
down. And it will be bit as well falling this time. Seems like the Fate is still arriving. And Fate is finally arriving. He wants to take down Papi, but he misses out. He goes in with the flicker for a roamer. And now he might be the one getting taken down instead. And yes, he will be taken down by Joseph. Will just pick up that kill.
Absolutely. And right now, 1, 2, 4, 5 right now into the board. And Crux Requiem this time around looks like they're a little bit pissed, a little bit mad, and they want to show their shines. But of course, Sacred Shine can make up a pull up, make a comeback any time, because of course we saw that into the last game as well. So Crux Requiem, you do have the lead. Make sure you don't lose it at any second of the game. But so far, gonna be making some classic rotations. So back to you, Fredo, and then Debbie.
Now, once again, we're looking at Art, who has been just dying and dying, but now he will survive. Finally, seems like Joseph has lost interest.
Yeah, he's lost interest. It's gonna be happening. But it's a 1v1 situation. A dash and a dash. It's not gonna be worth it for both the sides. But first, we're already into the hands of the Rosa here. Fate right now trying to get one the attack switch that he wants to look for. Oh, what?
Oh,
27?
mid lane, look at the engage coming in. Mega kill secured for the hands of course, the far side with the bait. Oh, Mark and Ryu will also get taken down. And with it, I think that was kind of a not exactly a good trade, but still, bait is on a 0-2-0. So is Mark and Ryu. They don't have any kills, but still, looks like this time they're gonna go for the turtle. They do find an angle, and Art is coming in with the rush, but will he be able to catch it? No, he's not going to be able to do just yet. But Vans are through, looking for an angle. Such as Life might go for a 1v1 right now. Look at that, Fredo.
Yes, there might be Red Tree battle coming in, and it will be Romcom just dealing with Joseph, not allowing him to come through once again. And into the goal lane, though, look at Fate. Can he survive this?
Fate.
No, he can't. Crisis comes in with the Spear of Destruction to take him down. And that is exactly what Crisis has been waiting for since the last 2 games, to just get his hands on Fate once more. And this guy has been of course, trying his best with the Roger, but how can you lane with a Roger in this meta? That is something that I cannot think of.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird scenario as well. But onto the bottom lane, a 1v1 situation. Look at that.
Is it a 1v1 or is it going to be a 1v whole gang? And Van does pull up a slight bit of that fiery movement to get out of there. But to be fair, guys, come on, Crux. That's a Lancelot we're talking about. He's slippery into the hands. Unless you have, I guess, some kind of glue, he's going to be obviously getting out of your hand pretty fast. But hey, Crux Requiem also getting the 30 into her top lane as well. It's going to be looking really interesting, Pedro.
Yep, and now though, seems like the top lane might fall down here. I don't really think Joseph can defend this. Art arrives with the conceal. Joseph misses a cable. He might fall down here. Fate will take him down and seal his fate. Now though, the re-engage coming in from Eden, along with McEnroe comes in with the initiation, but he still survives because he had that light form there. Bid will go out of it, but now in the blue buff area, seems like a 1v1 might happen between Crisis and Van Satoru. Van Satoru might be getting this blue buff away, and that will be a bad news for Mr. Joseph. But oh, it seems like McEnroe was recalling in the wrong spot, but he still survives that. Now he gets stunned. Papi Shrek coming on to him as well. Can Van Satoru survive this one? He does not seem to be having those dashes, but he still survives thanks to his teammates. But there it comes. The Feathery Strike will take down Van Satoru. Eden will fall as well. Shutdown secured, and it will be a double kill converted by Bid. The re-engage punishes them way too hard. But that's a jungler taken down, and it's Van Satoru who is down.
Yeah, Van Satoru is down, but they are trading it out. But trying to get onto the mid lane here, they will be able to clear it out with the final slash, which is, well, yeah, something you can use. But bot lane, what?
Fate took down the Moscow with the, oh my god, that form. That is just crazy stuff right there. But it looks like a pause will be coming in from either requester from the either teams. But that was an unfortunate takedown for, of course, none other than, of course, we... Damn. Anyways, 6-8 score right now. And the Moskov not winning out the lane against... What do you say?
Roger.
Rosa.
It's looking kind of
Wire
bad.
dog, werewolf.
The wolf, right?
Werewolf, man. That's a werewolf against a human.
I don't know who called the
Of
pause,
course.
but I hope this pause meta works for whoever called it.
Crazy.
I'm probably
Bring out that
expecting
meta,
it's
man.
Crux. But I mean, Crux really needs that pause meta right now. They do need to break the momentum that Sacred Shine is having, right? Because they are just, even though, they are behind in kills, but look at the number of towers that they've already taken down.
Debbie?
That's a lot of control
Yeah.
that they have.
That's what. This is what this is what I think. I had a thought that maybe Crux Requiem will be able to capitalize on the mid control that they have, because they also have a Fanny, right? He does well get into the macro factors most of the time, even if you do not get the kills. But oh my goodness, what a great comeback from Secret Shrine! They are able to make the Lunox mid lane work, even though they are into the losing side because of that. But yeah, them being able to take down those turrets as well. This is definitely gonna be giving them a lot of space, and then a lot of ways to try to get onto the jungle of the side of Crux Requiem. And always the blue buff is definitely on a jeopardy most of the time for Joseph. But now we're gonna be back into the game, and let's see what will happen, because Turtle is already up.
This is gonna be the last one, of course, for the hands. I mean, for the, of course, team, either of these teams. They both have shared the same amount of gold, 20k on both hands, but this turtle will mitigate a little bit of that golden experience to either of these teams. So far, the Secret Shine seems to be in that better position. Okay, not just better position. Fanny is all the way back there, and I feel like Crux Requiem will let this turtle go as well. Wait for maybe Crisis to farm up, and they're gonna be holding him. Oh, look at the engage coming in into the middle. Look at the damage will be started. So coming from behind smoke, and not taking the kill. It's about the shack. Fate will also get the ping space secured, as they of course send the frontliners to the back line, of course, and that's the base.
And Crisis tries to get a tower and will be successfully getting it. That's one more structure down on the side of Sacred Shrine by Crux Requiem. Crisis will try his best to go for the split pushes. And of course, there will be... Oh, Joseph trying to chase down Fate. Can Fate survive this? He does have used up the flicker for that one. But now a re-engage might come on from Art, who's trying to flank in on Eden. Eden still has a wings by wings, it seems.
Oh.
He does not. He uses out the flicker instead to get out now. Joseph is in trouble.
Oh!
Bid will take him down. Bid survives that feather airstrike. And McEnroe will be nullified with that light form of Mr. Bit. Mr. Bit has been doing an exceptional job on this Lunox tonight.
That's a lot of damage already, and I want to see what kind of build he went for. If he does get the Holy Crystal already, he's definitely gonna be a menace here. Okay, a Warrior Boots on a Lunox. Wow. Okay, that's a bit kind of thing. And a Genius one, and of course, it's gonna be the NT heal coming through, which was helping them quite a lot. So 2 items already under 8 minutes of the game is definitely a good one at that when you are on the Lunox 2. So this is definitely a farm out Secret Shrine we are talking about, and when they have the momentum. Oh, 1v1 again. That was close. I was trying to see if they can win it out, but yeah, never mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
seems
I
like
think Fredo, the Moskov not even having the O onto the bot line, better watch out your movements such as light. But yeah, I think Moskov not even having the Trinity done yet as we've progressed towards 10 minutes. It's what's really causing Crux Requiem to not have any momentum, and they lose the purple as well.
seems like they're trying to go make a fight happen right now, which might be a retaliation instead. And here it comes. There it comes. A feather strike has been landing as well. Van Sataru takes down 2 members. Art will fall though. That will be just one sacrifice, which is the roamer. Van Sataru probably interested in going more as the minions are spawning. But he will keep that highlight play for maybe the next game.
Crazy. No,
Highlight play.
Hunter, Debbie.
Crazy. Yeah, that's definitely a Demon Hunter for Crisis right there, and I think he's still in a pathway to try to get that Trinity. It's still gonna be a lot of time for him because the lanes are actually really frozen, and the goal is definitely not in favor of the side Crux Requiem. The lore is already taken care of, so there's gonna be one lord they are gonna be matching for Secret Shrine right now. Puppy Shrek trying to save out to the blue buff, and it's gonna be stolen actually by Eden. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something. Oh, the bottom lane though.
Bottom lane, close call, but that's a fanny. He's gonna be running out to the base and running out of energy as well. Anyways, 11-9 for Secret Shrine 2-0. Might make it a 3-0 right now, as they're gonna be engulfing the side of Crux Requiem in a flame of pressure that they might not be ready, because Van will be getting the kill into Eden, one of the core members who was providing that zone, and right now they're going to be pressuring into the bottom lane. Is it going to be enough?
Oh.
They will clear out the Lord, but it's going to be because the minions are rushing into the mid lane, and look at the pressure coming in as well from the hands of Secret Shine. They dish out enough damage, but they might also have backup because Crisis is coming back with the damage of Trinity. It looks like they will wait for a while, Fredo, to just go in, because of course right now Moskov has the damage.
Yep, Moskov does have the damage, and that is exactly what Crux Requiem are lacking right now. And if he does have the damage, then that will be a bit more headache right now for Secret Shrine to try and go in and end the game, right? Because just like you saw, the Moskov was clearing the waves way too fast for them to try and push that mid lane. That is a similar thing that might be happening as we will progress into the late game right now, about to hit the 12-minute mark. And Moskov already done with the Trinity. Like you said, at 10 minutes he was not done, but now it's not even 12, but he is done. Now though, Van, who will he try to chase down? Of course, he cannot. Oh, Engage coming in. Seems like Crisis might fall here. Fate decides to go in for Crisis, and he takes him down. Now McEnroe, he's trying to escape that. Can he escape enough though? But it seems like Joseph is the one getting caught there. Double kill for Fate. Life coming used as well to Bit to survive that one. But now the minions are arriving and they have to defend. They have 3 members to try and defend it. Van Sataru decides to go in for the Engage inside the base. And it's just poke at this point, but they can try to end it. And Eden gets taken down by Van Sataru, completely unaware. And one more to go. This might be turning into a 3-0, and yes, it is. The enemy wipes out, and Sacred Shrine make it a 3-0 against Crux Requiem.
Victory!
What? This is
Dang,
insane.
oh dang.
This is
Wow.
insane precedent setup, Debbie, because this is a 3-0. What is happening? It's crazy right now.
Wow.
Because Debbie, what do you have to say? I just want to hear your state first, because someone is really, really eager to hear your voice.
That was a TikTok, man. What am I even saying? Mansatoro with the dive, that was perfect on Eden. Of course, we were talking about that, right? When the Lancelot was picked away and the first one was there. Yeah, it will not be the best game for the first one. And we could see that it wasn't able to do anything in this game because it's always cut tongue down. But yeah, he didn't able to hold on for so long was good enough. But the early stages of this game, CRQ were able to make the move, right? They were able to have the mid game potential. They were able to get that early game control onto those lanes. But what did Secret Shrine do to have that kind of comebacks? They were able to hold the lanes for so long, and of course, we cannot forget that Fake was able to get the solo kill onto Crisis as well. So that's definitely a thing. When your lanes kind of win out and you have a weak mid lane also in hero wise, you can have the rotation and you can make it work too. And this is exactly what Secret Shrine are doing. But with the lack of guard control, we have thought that the Fanny will be having a greater time. But this seems to be a very different scenario we are watching.
Absolutely. And I obviously get back to you, Fredo, but damn, this game honestly felt a little bit too one-sided because the pressure that the side of Secret Shine has been putting right now, I feel like has kind of tarnished the pressure. Requiem is obviously the song, of course, of someone's passing, and looks like the one passing would be Crux Requiem to the second position because, man, what is the pressure that the side of Secret Shine building up right now? Looks like their composition is not just sacred, it is a very intimidating lineup that I feel like Crux Requiem has yet to face it. Right now, funny enough, in that best of 5 series, Crux Requiem had a 3-4-0 that day, and right now Secret Shine has a 3-0 as well. So with it, they are evened out the table. So does it change from here on out? Does Crux Requiem finally pull up something that Secret Shine is not prepared for, or do they become a little bit predictable? I think we'll soon find out enough, as we'll most likely head into the game number 4. It might be the last, or might be setting up something new. But for that, of course, Fredo, we'll have some new voices joining us. Why don't you, of course, tell it?
Of course, we'll be having the new voices joining us after a short break, right? Because 3 matches back to back, the players are definitely, they do need some break, they do need some hydration, they need to work up, especially right now. Crux Requiem is the one who needs it, as they are 3-0 behind, which is not something that we saw in the playoffs. And Secret Shrine just pulling off almost the impossible right now, just 1 game away from that victory. But that is not what Crux Requiem wants right now. Crux Requiem, they cannot afford to make a mistake. They have to be on their toes, they have to pull up their socks, and they have to do everything that they can to try and win the next one. But before that, we'll be taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Debbie, Ray, and Fredo will be taking adios, and there will be 3 new casters, 3 new voices joining you. So yeah, stay tuned on to tonight's match, as let's see Crux Requiem if they can make a comeback or not in the 4th match.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Nerd 3.0 presented to you by Wardom Green Games. And of course, we all know the history right now, what is happening. Crux Requiem, they're pretty back. They're extremely back. Match point into the hand of Team Sacred Shrine. And I think this was pretty unprecedented for a lot of us. But hey, comebacks are real. And to witness that, we need to go for the next match. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, I need to introduce you to myself. My name is Shinryu. I'm going to be a host and caster for this game. And I'm joined by Mr. Crucifix in the middle, who is with his beautiful smile looking at you all. And then we have Ash TZ with a very serious Mog look. He can just Mog you guys. Oh, wait, he's just, changing his things up. But again, guys, let's go, sidewise. Okay, Crucifix first. What do you think? We all gave the prediction before the match began, but completely opposite, right? All the prediction down the gutter.
I'm going to be very honest with you, my friend. It was absolutely heartbreaking to watch the first 3 games going to the side of Team Sacred Shrine. They were absolutely ludicrous and made sure that, Joseph and nobody from the side of Team Crux Requiem had any chance of winning whatsoever. Even in the first game, they were almost about to win. Killed it. Absolutely killed it. Sacred Shrine rising on top. For some reason, they've got this in the bag. Ash TZ, don't you think it's actually pretty easy for them to actually win this?
Of course, did you saw the last game, the third one? It was actually, I thought that Crux will be, going for a redemption or maybe they will come back in that game. But what happens in the late? The Roger. It was the Roger and the Lancelot as well. And you know what? Pre-games, I just saw that Lancelot or whoever hero, there is in the hand of Van Sotoro, he's trying to snatch out the blue from the Joseph. It's kind of a thing that I feel like now it's not the draft, it's the execution. But I was before when we joined Discord for, during the break, just told him that, no bro, I feel like they had already played 300, 400 matches with this lineup and just come here to bully.
Yeah, absolutely. But wait a minute. There's something we need to take a good look at here. Zushin. It's a bit late to the party. I hope Ray was here, but Zushin it is. Hey, this makes one man very happy. For sure, right here, Crucifix.
Man, I was hearing Ray screaming in the background, like,
yeah.
Right here's... I'm just joking.
He's going nuts. He's going nuts over that pick.
Bro is absolutely going bonkers in the background. I'm telling you, I can actually guarantee you this. Zushin, but then again, they took the Zushin, but gave away the CC and bots. That's something that you won't want to give your enemies.
Absolutely. Absolutely, right?
Throw it away.
Ash, I think this is the third time they're picking the bugs here, Ash. It's really working well, but this time it's just switched around. It was Crux Requiem. They were going for that pick, but this time it is Sacred Shrine. So a bit change of picks out here for sure, but again, flex pick for sure.
Okay. We can see from here that this time they're prioritizing the Moscow. The previous match, it was in the hand of Crisis, but Fate is taking... sorry. Is it Fate? No, it's actually Crisis against again with the Moscow. 2 matches he went with the Claude. Now again 2 matches he's continuously going with the Moscow. While so many options to counter the Moscow is right now open for Sacred Shrine.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Kimi though, that comes out of nowhere, and with the mid lane, I think that should be a mid lane Kimi, right, Crucifix? So Zushin versus Kimi, both can Kimi can poke, Zushin can really keep well. So how do you think the matchup will go? Will it be very different from the previous games?
See, to be honest, it's all about who's going to actually get the upper hand with the roamers. So I think maybe the Boxy is going to go to the roam position again. Maybe not, maybe. But we can't really ever tell until, the last pick is ever picked. And then we've got Gata Kacha, who is, again, another flex pick. Like you guys mentioned, I don't even know who's going to be the roamer. So we can't really pinpoint who's going to get the advantage. Obviously, Kimi, he's got the range. But in terms of everything, I say the Lantern can actually catch Kimi and make her, easy food for Team Crux Requiem. They've got that in the, bag, but nothing too serious, I'd say.
Yeah, so far, I think these are pretty used to heroes that we are, looking at the composition for both these teams. They just are going for the standard picks. I would say not too much risk coming yet so far, but the jungle's being banned. Fan is still open actually. Both the junglers can play it really well, so
we might as well look at another Fanny game here.
Of course, and you know what, Shinryu, I feel like this time Crux Requiem is actually having a good draft. They got the Jushin. Well, if Van is going for the Baksha jungle, then we'll have a little bit problem from it. But there is some bans
YSS.
coming in. Yeah, YSS, and from this side, they're going for the Hylos and Bruno. So it's actually, I mean, they wants to give the Jushin as well as to the Moscow a fair gameplay. No, not much hindrance, or you can say objectives going against them. It's actually a good draft being cooked up by Crux Requiem at this moment. Maybe they wants to make them come back. I mean, it is possible. They are playing against a team who had done this before. 3-0 it was when ABM was cooking up. Then at the last, it was 4-3 from eliminators. A myth happened at the unlisted. So it can happen here in the Wardrum, but you know what is the myth? You know what is the myth at Wardrum? It is actually like whoever is the runner-up in the last previous season is the winner in the next one. So the last season it was actually Anarchy who got into the second position. So what do you feel? I mean, the myth is again happening here.
I mean, maybe we are looking at it right now. They're on to writing the history, right? 3-0 already. The game point and their hands too. Could be very well a case here, right, Crucifix? Like, we cannot count that out, that possibility for sure.
I'm seeing the Akai, Gata, Kacha, and Uranus, dude. I cannot talk about frontliners being that big of a problem for the side of being freaking trying. Unless, of course, we've got Yisun Shin being unable to kill any of them because they're too tanky. And then again, I'll be very, very, very honest with you, dude. Yisun Shin, he's got his own work cut out for him. Akai is not going to be that easy to take down. And especially with a heavy spin, he's going to have a hard time. He might actually be immune the heavy spin, but I'd say Anarchy, the curse might be real. I mean, the myth might actually be proven right. Sacred Shrine might get the win, might not. But the 3-0, I mean, you can't really tell. Am I right, Ashley?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like 4-1 was the, you know what I gave in the, I mean, that the poll asked by, the prediction asked by organizers. I gave it 4-1 for Crux Requiem against SS. But it's kind of getting tilted right now. You know why? I feel like Crux Requiem is actually going for a good draft, but the execution part is being furnished by the side of SS. But here we are, Shinryu. I mean, the draft is on 5 of 5. So let's not decide. I mean, let's not just give us the chance to decide. Also ask the viewers what they are thinking with this draft. Are there any chances that there will be a comeback?
Absolutely. We'll take one final look before we head into the game. The drafts have been set. Both the teams are going for a very different composition out here. And, you know, guys, this could be the very well final game of the night. And before that, you can just put down your prediction. But here we go. Game number 4 here, ladies and gentlemen, into the land of Chon for maybe the potential final game in the series. Crux Requiem versus Sacred Shine as they take on this 4th match in the grand finale. Best of 7 in the Nerd 3.0. But Crucifix, what do you think? How will this early game span out?
Early game's gonna go, pretty easy. I'll be very honest with you. I think it's gonna be like very numb. Nobody's gonna actually try to make an engage. I'd say Yisun Shin farming over Akai is an obvious one. Vince who has the advantage in terms of farming. We've already seen him take the blue buff, directly go to the other side, top lane. We've got CC in the gold lane against Crisis. I think Fate might actually have the advantage, especially with Brave Smite and his healing abilities. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? This is something we saw yesterday too. Fate with the CC against Dada. So I think it can work, right, Ash?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, CC with the attack speed, or you can say damage build. And it is actually working against the Claude. And you know what? They're giving early rotation towards the goal side as well. Not giving any chance to the goal laner of, LCF that time to even get a good spike. So that may be the, thing. LCF lost the last game, and that strategy will also followed here. I feel so.
Absolutely. I think disabling the goal lane could be a very well option, right, Crucifix?
Oh man, disabling the gold lane is not going to be a possibility in the mid lane.
Engage comes in, but there you go. Another
Whoa,
mountain
whoa.
shocker. Oh, not a single fatality yet, though. I thought they might take them out, but no. It's actually a buff.
Yeah. The total will be up soon though here, Crucifix. So I think the next objective should be getting the control around that pit, but level 4 not really reached for the roamers. But oh, mid lane once again.
Oh,
We've
I
got
thought
the
that-
Revitalize being popped. It's not going to be available in the turtle fight. The turtle is going to start now. It's 2 minutes into the game. I think Crux Requiem don't really want to engage and risk it all for this one little turtle. I think right now, Marking You needs to play it safe a little bit. There comes the big black dragon.
Okay, Black Dragon engages from the behind. It's a Kimmy there. Oh my goodness. Baksha goes in. But Ishanchin taking out the turtle there. Akai managed to take down the Baksha. Ishanchin coming in. Dragon got down. Kacha still standing on. Crimson Bacon forced out for the safer zone. But right now, Mountain Shocker also comes in.
Whoa.
Oh, Satoru will be taking a double straight and Sodi just missed by an inch.
Exactly.
man.
That's sorry.
That's
You're crazy.
That was like crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. And the game is actually getting so fast paced, right? From the first total, 2 kills from both the sides. The gold actually kind of favoring the side of Team Sacred Shrine at this point. 1 point, almost 1k gold lead at this point, and 3 minutes into the game. So again, I think this will kind of set the tempo of the game, right? They want to just secure more objectives at this game. I mean, getting the kills will be okay, but objectives on top, right, Chris?
Oh man, look, I think Crisis might be in a little bit of a crisis himself. Eden and I think Poppy Shrek doing a little bit of that, taunting on the enemy, making sure they don't actually jump in the tower, take him down. I think Fate and also Art don't really want to engage there, but look at the bot lane. There's a bunch of anime type bullshit happening. They're just punching each other, and Uranus is tanking all of that. Beef stick is what I call that. Oh, nothing. Really, nothing much happening. Team Crux Requiem don't really want to risk anything as of right now. They just want to play it safe, make sure they actually have a standing in the next few matches. They already lost 3 games.
This should be a slow pace, but
Spin comes in. It is. There you go. Kimmy falls down with the AOG coming in right now. They're going for the Art. Art is still standing, but 3 poor people are trapping him down. Fate comes in with the CC there. Yo-Yo Blaze are already on. Black Dragon being there. Oh my goodness. Look at the damage on to that Uranus. Going back into the safer zone. 1 for non-trade. Actually won the fight.
Whoa, Dragon? Okay. I think they're finally disengaging, right? But the turtle will be up soon. Another skirmish might just take place.
Okay, Mountain Shocker for the Vision Mount. Oh my goodness, we'll be taking him out as well. Uranus fall down. It's Romcom there. Oh, and there will be another engage onto the Baksha. Yuzong finds a kill onto the Totkacha. That's a good one. I mean, they're winning the fight again and again. This is not a good case in a do or die set for yours.
Man, Shine.
Whoa. He's not even letting go of Eden, dude. What? Dude, stop it. Stop the harassment, dude. Get help.
Absolute bullying out here, right? Top lane 2 being pressured by Bit at this point. The Crisis trying his best to clear it out, and he should be able to do so. There's a bit of rotation from R2, but they should be A-okay. The buffs still are, into the side of Crux Requiem. But again, the pressure at this point that is being built up from the side of Sacred Shrine is too much. And look at the damage coming out of this Kimi too here, Crux. He's dealing a lot that to our tanky members of Crux Requiem.
It's horrible, dude. It's absolutely horrible. Right now, the tanky heroes are not tanky enough. They don't got the items at all. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. If you get the tank, you need to make sure you stand up to the late game to actually be tanky. Again, you have to stay until the late game because Moscow really needs the amount of farm that actually, suits a good gold laner. He's not getting that because of the pressure that's being applied by a Sacred Shrine. They're doing amazing, but the thing is, they put all their eggs in the one basket, and that basket is the late game. Look at that, though.
Hey, Uranus right now in the trouble there. Mountain Shocker comes in. It's Romcom giving the final blow onto Uranus. And he'll be taken down. 27 it is. But you know what? This is not at all a good case. Van Satoru is getting the snowball, and you all know he with the Ishanchin, when he got the snowball, he's kind of, menace.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also saw the difference in farm, right? Bot lane, first tier turret will get taken down. Mid lane 2, a bit of skirmish coming. Top lane 2, dual fights actually happening around the map. But I think so. Garudkacha should be okay. But again, oh, current call. Okay, they walk out. But Kimi with a traction pulse does not connect onto Search's life. But okay, I think they want to disengage. But Romcom has different plans here. He gets brought back.
Okay.
AOD.
He missed onto a Natalia right now. One other engage coming in. He doesn't have a ultimate. Mountain Shocker there runs Thora from behind, dealing a lot of damage. Okay, Yuzong going for the engage there. Heavy spin comes in by Joseph. Oh my goodness, he trapped it down. But can he be out or not? Oh, the damage coming by Bid also from the behind. Oh. A lot of things happen, but they didn't lost anything. So it's actually, I mean, quite good from Crux Requiem. They actually played it well there.
Yeah, both the teams actually used a lot of resources, but the turtle is up here. Crux, will they go for a battle? I mean, a contest here. Crux Requiem, they're kind of behind.
They
I don't feel
can't,
so.
dude. Right now, Heavy Spin does not have its cooldown set up for a turtle fight. Right now, Vansathur has all the advantage. He has the ultimate. Look at the bot lane.
Whoa!
One person down. Crisis is absolutely getting shredded in the top lane with a curtain call. Vansathur just walks away from the turtle who was low on HP and let the the damage just come on its own. The jungle boots doing the damage, but look at the bot mid lane.
Okay, heavy spin this time. But you're going against a Baksha, all those resources, and from behind is Fate right now bursting you down. Fate just joined the team fight, taking out Joseph. Their AOG comes up, managed to take down Baksha. Got fall down. Okay, they managed to take down 27, killing spree for Romcom. There you go. Crisis will be finding a kill, a shutdown onto the Romcom there. Not much. It's a 2 for 3. Okay, two people at a sliver of HP. So Kacha still fighting at the tier 2 in the mid right now. Will be falling down because three people are trapping him down and it is the boom. Will be having the fun there, sending the Gatot Kacha into the heaven.
This is absolutely madness, Crucifix. They're getting taken down under their own turrets here. What do they do? Where are they safe in the map?
Not a single place right now because obviously Romcom is just suicidal at this point. He's just deciding that everything in the tower is not going to matter. No amount of damage that's going to come to him is going to matter if his team is going to get the victory because this is actually being planned as a 4-0 from the side of Team Sacred Shrine. I bet they're going to sing a song for the ages when Crux Requiem take the loss, but look at the Mountain Shocker.
Okay, another fight, another engage, but this time at the jungle of Crux Requiem. There you go. Four people captured there. Gatot Kacha in a very bad position right now. We'll be going back. Crimson Bacons comes in for the crowd control there. Not much damage from Vansathor to take him down actually there. But now it's a wave for the Preload guys.
Yeah, Preload 2 and second tier here down. Crux, bot lane, not safe.
All tier 2s are going down. All of it is going down. Crux Requiem are losing up on a lot. Art gets taunted, but that's not going to do anything. I think the Holy Shield is gone now too. Lord is starting up Shin. It's looking very dire for the side of Team Crux Requiem.
With the jungle cap, 10 to 14, and look at the items, just 4,000 gold onto Such as Live, whereas Vansathor, he has 8,000, almost nearly double the farm, and the gold too, right? 8,000 to a mere 6,000. It's a really high gold difference out here. The gold lead, which is broadening up at this point, nearing to a staggering 8k lead for the side of Team Sacred Shrine. So they're literally having a walk in the park at this point. Like, they just take whatever they want on map, and there is no response at all. Crux Requiem, they have gotten themselves in a pothole here.
Oh, dude. Ash, I think this is going to be another win for them.
And it is happening, guys. It is happening. A lot of casters predicted for Crux Requiem to go for a 4-3, 4-1, 4-2, but now it will be a 4-0, but the name will be Sacred Shrine, and he's kind of dominating their side this time. I mean, every time, every draft is working for them. There you go. Panda got zoned out by the CC. Fate coming in. Okay, Mountain Shocker there for the vision. I feel like they'll be waiting for the loss to come in at this moment. No, Romcom,
Romcom?
no need to. I will engage there onto the inhibitor. Will be falling down from the bot. Holy Shield popped up as well into the pit. There you go. They managed to pop out the Holy Shield before the Lord could enter into the inhibitor. This is insane going in by Crux Requiem. Maybe this is
Oh,
the last
Element?
one. This one comes on. Poor people are trapping
No.
down here. Unstoppable for Vanzatoro. He is the GOAT. Are you sure about it? AOG for the save coming in. But right now, Lord entering, infiltrating the base of Crux Requiem. Poor man there. Fate in his crisis got down. It's a monster for Van.
No,
Double will be secured by Van. As well as maybe he will go for a triple at this moment. Going a triple. Can it be a maniac? Let's see. Let's see. At the base. Oh my goodness. CC falls down in the meantime. Okay, it's a maniac. They can clinch the series with a 4-0 clean sweep against Team Crux Requiem. What a game it was. A dominative statement from the side of Stacker Shrine that they are here for a clean sweep, for a win, for a victory at Wardrum, not for a elimination.
Absolutely crucifix. Team Crux Requiem, they got out. They got taken down in a 4-0 frenzy. Team Sacred Shrine, they have their bell ringing. Their shrine is so heavy and it's like at the top of Nerd 3.0. And they will be our champions. What a match, Crucifix. We did not expect this, did we?
Not at all. I say that was one of the most, I think overpowered moments in Mobile Legends history on Wardrum Esports. Dude, that was tough to watch, especially with the team with the name similar to mine. It's kind of putting a tear in my eye that I actually got the prediction wrong. Sacred Shrine, amazing gameplay, but a few things, a few key points that I want to mention out here. No, it's not going to be anything interesting. It's not going to be anything insightful. It's just the fun fact that we've got a big black dragon, trying to chase Uranus and maybe even a mountain shocker on Uranus. It was all about the Uranus. They were marking him down. It was just so sad.
Yeah, I think they really shut down the side lanes a lot well, right, in this game. So therefore, they got so much advantage. Even in this game, we see, right, having 3 tanky frontliner did not end really well because the Zushin is more of a utility out here, right? She does not deal very massive damage, which is required to take down the back line because there are a lot of people who are dealing continuous damage. Once Arturo bid onto that Kimi, they have so high damage once the game goes from mid to late game. Even in the early game, we saw that thing happening too. So I feel again, Ash was talking about the execution. I think this time the draft really sided with the side of Sacred Shrine here, Ash.
But you know what? I mean, they got the Jushin there. They got everything for a counter. If you'll see, I mean, are you sure that a Moskov can be gapped by a CC? I know this meta is going on right now. You can go with a 2 EXP. I've seen it with a Paquito. I've seen it with a Masha. I've seen it with a Ruby. Even I've seen it with a Minsta. But this CC thing is totally new for me from yesterday onwards. And it is actually working. It worked against Dada. Right now, it's working against Crisis, and here is the result, guys. 4-0 clean sweep, straight away from Shakhtar Shrine. They're the champions of Nerd 3.0. Congratulations, guys. I mean, this was
is real, man.
mind-boggling gameplay from
Myth is
you
real.
all.
The myth is real, right? Second runner-up myth is real, guys. But again, part of the reason why Ash, the CC is actually working is it is one of those heroes which can equip the Vengeance, right? And against attack speed heroes like the Claude, like the Moscow himself, right? The Vengeance really works well because you are dealing damage, you have to survive because the CC can deal continuous damage. And in a way, I think that really adds up to the way that you cannot survive if you're just running away because the CC can chase you down. So I think that was really smart coming in.
They're actually playing in the mind as well. I mean, picking up the EXP first in the first picking phase, leaving out the CC, you will not even think about it to ban it out. And they're not pulling it every time. They're pulling it in the decider game only. I mean, they know that it's a match point game. They have to win this. I mean, even though they wouldn't have won this match, they have a lot of chances. 3 more chances were waiting for them. But then they decided, no, today we want to carve this in the history of Wardrum Esports. 4-0 victory against Crux Requiem. Defending, not the defending champions, but the champions of the first season.
Yeah, but again, we need to give some light to the champions too, right? Van Saturo, Art, Bid, Fate, alongside, of course, the one and only onto the EXP lane. Who is it, Ash? Onto the EXP lane. Name him.
Rom-com from
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I think they perform out of their minds tonight, right? We saw that yesterday too, and today itself, I think they performed out of their mind, and that's why they deserve the victory, right? Crux Requiem, they tried their best, of course, we cannot take that away from them, but I think tonight, of course, Sacred Shrine, they was just too better, man.
Before we wrap it up, Crux and Shinryu, I'm gonna ask you this. Is this the new jungle standard for India, Van Satoro? The new goat in the jungle?
Maybe.
He
Maybe,
gapped.
dude. This guy is absolutely
Okay,
crazy.
you know what, guys, wait. I have a good news for you all. So I have a news just now. So we know, right? There are two winners. That is underdog and the top dog. The top dog winner is going to be Sacred Shrine. Who are the winners from the underdog? Do you remember, guys?
Dickinson.
Yes, exactly. And guess what? They will be playing against each other. We'll see Carp going against Juan Saturo for that position of the ultimate champion, right? So, let's go.
So
I
it's
think it will be
not
happening today too, right? If I'm not mistaken, it will happen today. And
No.
wait, before that, whenever it happens, what is more exciting? The fact is that the winner, they get 50K. Dude, 50K. And the second runner-up or the one who is not winning, they'll still get 10K. So, man, you're a winner either way, right? You're getting the money, but who wants to become the second runner-up, right? Both the teams, they want that ultimate championship, declaration, right? They want to stand at top. So, underdog versus top dog. What are your thoughts, Crux and Ashley? They go one by one.
Let's just face it, dude. 50,000 is an amazing prize pool to actually work for. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think these guys are gonna bring up their A game. No doubts. Am I right, Ashley?
I know, you know what? I feel like, I don't know, but Invoker's gameplay is actually too great. And it's kind of attracting me to him. Because, the gameplay is attracting me. So I'll say Invoker and his squad, obviously Insane and everybody, be prepared yourself for the bigger showdown, guys. You're gonna fight with the top dog champion, obviously Sacred Shrine, who managed to take out LCF in his giant team. Then they managed to take out Tartarus, revamp Tartarus, Crux Requiem, you can say them. So they managed to take down these two giants. And they are here right now with the champion. It's not like they just became the champion. No man, no how. We don't know how, but it is like they deserved it. They just played it well against two giants team, knock out them from the series, managed to clinch upon the victory, got the championship. So you need to farm it up for yourself, because this time it will not be ace. This will be you have to fight with them. So I'll say grind and come back with the win. I want underdog to sign as well.
Absolutely, we need to witness that, and for that match to take place, you need to be keeping an eye for the social media site, the WhatsApp group, the Instagram page. So
if I'm not wrong, it will be on September 3rd. I feel so.
The announcement will be made. Okay, the announcement will be made. So right, Ash, we do not want to make any speculation, just to keep the hopes high, right? The people, they need to just put in some work. They need to watch. They need to follow us, right? Why are they not following us? Like, we are bringing in so much action, so much hype to the ML community. Why aren't they following us yet? And you need to check the social media site a lot often, guys, because there will be more tournament announcement out there. There will be so much more just apart from the Nerd 3.0. So there will be so many future updates. So do keep an eye, do keep a note of that. Do follow, do subscribe, of course. Subscribe the YouTube channel. What are you waiting for? You need to subscribe, and you need to show your support too for the game, for the love of the game, for your supporting your favorite team to watch them play, of course. But about the game, like I mentioned, 50,000 rupees plus 10K diamonds for the losers, and there will be diamond prizes too alongside that. Okay, so all the prize pool, everything is updated on our social media. So therefore, do follow it out, do watch it, and do keep an eye for the next match to take place. And it will be the ultimate battle from the top dog versus the underdog. Team Sacred Shrine, the upper dog or the top dog winners versus the underdog winner, Dickinson's. So it'll be an ultimate battle. So, get hyped for that, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be bringing you the action really soon. So do keep an eye. Do keep an eye for that. And for now, this will be it. This will be from us. Before we end here, Crucifix and Ash, do you have anything more to say?
No, I'll wait for the Holy Clash. I'll not say it Ultimate Battle, I will say it Holy Clash. Sacred Shrine
Okay.
is like a holy name from Japan. And then there is a Dickinson. It is holy, I mean, Christianity. So it will be a holy clash there. So let's see. I'm totally interested for it. Because, I
Okay.
told that last time when I was doing casting at the Underdog Finals. I told that I want to see Insane's retreat battle against some top dogs teams junglers. So respect
Okay.
is not there, and Sararmun is not there, but doesn't matter. Joseph is also not there, doesn't matter. It is the new jungler, Goat.
It's once upon a time.
The man
Yes,
who,
sir.
I mean, just make the standards of the assassin junglers
Absolutely.
at this level. So he is kind of, I mean, taking out those biff against all these top junglers right now. All the best, Van. All the best, Cap, for the future game.
And Crucifix, before we end, you want to say anything?
I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. I am not really, surprised, but this is where you saw Vance up there and his team, of course, Team Sacred Shrine, get that 4-0 victory against, Crux Requiem, formerly known as Tartarus, and they actually shown today. We might actually just be bringing you even more amazing stuff. So stay tuned, get your friends in on the action, get them to subscribe, and stay tuned for that amazing fight that we're going to have between not Crux Requiem, Sacred Shrine,
Shrine,
and
yep.
Naked Nuns. We'll be right back.
Yeah, guys, and with that, we will be calling it a night. Thank you for joining in. Do stay tuned, and we will be seeing you on the next day for that ultimate battle. Thank you.